Welcome to the In-Game Boss Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Evans, a.k.a. your retro activist, a.k.a. your In-Game Boss. And, of course, my minions with me. My second player,
Jaron William.
The evil of a coup.
Yes.
How are you, man? I know it's been a while. We did the Batman and the one back-to-back, so it's been like literally 2 weeks since I haven't seen you.
It's been a minute. It's been an age. It's been an age.
You been a busy person?
Yeah. Did my little red dirt rumble little thing. Got to play get some competition in, get a little gaming in, and mostly just been working, mowing too much grass, way too much. I don't like. That's the part of summer I don't like. But
do you have a big yard in general?
It's decent. I have 3 dogs. Well, 2, a big one, a medium one, and a very small one. So it's good enough for them. But it's enough to where it takes me about good 15, 20 minutes to mow.
What do you jam to when you mow?
Nothing. I'm just like, I go into a zen.
Oh, okay.
Zen mode.
You have a push or you ride?
It's a put. Yeah, I wish I had a ride. even if it would take me 5 minutes, like rap, done. It's a push mower. It's a electric battery operated push mower. So I don't have to mess with that gas and oil mixture.
You think they're ever gonna get one of those gizmos that, like, in the house, you know, they're the ones that pick up the trash? One of those you can just lay out in the grass and just cuts.
An outdoor Roomba.
I mean,
Yeah.
They kind of have one, but it's not anywhere near affordable.
Okay.
It's like, I'll put it this way. I would sooner buy a Tesla before I buy that.
And we have a seasoned guest, of course, our third chair, Curtis the Third. How
Hello.
are you?
I'm doing well.
Man, it's been a while, hasn't it?
I know.
But you've been posting like a maniac, man.
Been posting a lot of gameplay clips, gameplay pictures, and actually recorded the June episode of the Sunday Anime Chat podcast.
Yes, definitely go check it out. It's on YouTube. And
It's on YouTube and it's on Spreaker, and yeah.
But if you really want to get like a really good place to do it, you can always visit his Facebook page. He'll have it always up there. Does Veronica have a Facebook page?
She does.
Does she have? So could they go to see it where she posted? Does
Yes,
she post on hers?
it's under Vivi's Crazy Cosplay.
Okay.
She puts up a lot of her cosplay pictures. She actually self-funded with some fan outlet a Noctis outfit. Her cosplay.
Okay.
She had a $25 budget and she got that. I'm giving her a prop of cup of noodles to go.
Very nice. Very nice.
So
nice.
either of you be at SoonerCon next week?
No.
Oh man,
That's one of the goals. Not this year, but next year. If we can get a panel there, that would blow my mind.
Yeah, I will have to. The tickets are high this year. I have to. I want to go, but I'll think about it.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, your Dragon Quest 11 videos have been stoked.
He's making a
fire.
collage, man.
Yeah, I know I can get it now for like $20, but I'm waiting for that Switch to finish.
If you have a Switch, wait.
Yeah.
I would wait.
Yeah,
I was very impatient, and I was just chomping at the bit and started it.
Yeah. So what is this podcast about? Well, our goal is to, we have challenges for ourselves and for the challengers for the listeners, and we try to work together to solve it. But this episode is very special because E3 is around the corner, right? It's around the corner. I think it starts like June 11th through the 14th.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So we have a big show for you. But before we even get into that stuff, we're going to talk about what have we been gaming? Because it's been 2 weeks. So
a lot of gaming.
So I'll go ahead and go first because I have a big announcement. So I beat Xenoblade the Chronicles 2.
Oh.
Yes. Clock me at. Can I get a drum roll, please? 183 hours. 183 hours, guys. Woo! That was a struggle.
Dang.
Yeah, but the plus side of it is everything that you built up to do that, it's going to make my new game plus even more beautiful. Because I don't have to really start from scratch. So I like all the little jobs, all the little side stuff I had to do for most of the blades that I care about will get brought over. They even said, like, man, it'll probably be a cakewalk too. You'll probably be able to, like, kill monsters in one hit. They even have it where, like, you can actually downgrade your level if you really want to have fun. So it's cool. So all my hard work didn't go down the drain where when I go through it again, it's like, oh, I got to do these guys up again. Because, like, what I like about that game, though, is, like, it does have that Pokemon feel where, like, you pick your blades that fight with you through the whole thing. But the interesting is, like, it's kind of like they have their own job system, but, like, they have their own grid, and depending the objective you do for them unlocks them to make more powerful. So you might get one, she can only level up if you beat legendary bosses. So, you're building that up, and she gets stronger as she goes. Or some people that have, like, hey, do this move 20 times to this enemy. Or, so you're building that up, and you're building that trust up, and, you get these awesome abilities for these characters and everything. But the cool part is like you can pick and choose who you want, and that's what took the time, because I wanted to focus on some of these characters. I want to build them up because I want to make the last fight, really simple. But I'm not gonna lie to you, man. They pull an old school Super Nintendo on me on the end, and I'm not gonna spoil. I'm not
like 8 times.
No, I fought him 3 times, only because they do this in the old school where they do a move. If you don't do it quick enough, it's game over. No matter how much you put into this, they do this move. If you don't do something at the right time, at the right moment, you die.
Is it a noob trap, or do you get hints to prepare for it?
You kind of figure it out after your second try. I figured out on my second try.
So you're guaranteed to die.
Like, I'll put it like this. Have you ever fought a boss where he does a move where you have a time limit? If you don't beat him, he will wipe out the room and kill everybody in the room?
Yeah, that's Emerald Weapon.
Okay, that's the example I'm talking about. Unless you do a power-up move or you build up something to defeat him, because he might be like, you need one hit. You might need to do a hit that will destroy him. And that's one of the things that I had to do. I had to build up something to defeat him, or if I don't do it, then he'll destroy everything. I had to start over again.
Yeah.
Because when I first fought him, I got to cut. I went to a black screen. I thought I had the last hit. Black screen. I was like, cool, cutscene. I'll get to relax. Brought me back to the title screen. Like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And so I went right back in there. And I did it. It happened again. And then I went online. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? There's like, you have to do a special thing at the end. And it's basically you have to do an overdrive. Okay. Like a special move that, to defeat that person. Okay. And so it made sense. And I wasn't upset because the problem is like, I was so good as my characters that I can get to the end with no problem. I just didn't know how to figure it out. And that's the old school puzzle way.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you going to do the Torna Chronicles next? Or
I'm taking a break from that, and then I'll continue from the Torna one next. Yeah.
Yeah, because 180 plus hours.
That's probably the longest game I ever played.
That's like 4 or 5 playthroughs of Final Fantasy VII complete.
Right. Mm-hmm. But the thing about it is, I let myself go to 183 because there were so many other characters that I care about that I want to level up and make more powerful. Because your goal is to find your 3 characters or your moves, like do you want a swordsman, a gunner, and an axe person? You're trying to figure out your combos, but then you start feeling for the characters because it's almost like the Mass Effect where like you spend time with these characters, the characters get their own little side quest story, and that's what most of these characters. And there's like 20 of these characters. Yeah. So like I had to pick and choose. I knew I couldn't do all of them. I wasn't gonna do all of them. Hell no, I don't have time for that. But if you had to rush through it, you could probably be done. And I know it's weird, probably about 80 to 90 hours.
All right. Yeah. I'm keeping that one away from Brandy if I ever want to see her again.
Yeah. Do I recommend it? Hell yeah. I recommend everybody playing this game. Curtis, honestly, I think you would actually really like that game. Okay. But, that's whenever you decide to make the jump to the Switch.
It's on my wish list.
And so, but I'm very happy that I finally beat it. It's a big rest so I can work on the other stuff. I played some indie games, Trine. I'm trying to get through that Trine trilogy. I beat the first one. That is a really cool game. Curtis, you and your wife will probably like this game because it's you're a wizard, a knight, and a thief, and it's a 2-player platforming. Okay. And you guys just work together trying to get through the platforming together, and you guys can switch.
Didn't you? You had some old clip.
Some playthroughs. With the guests. Yeah, with the guests. Yeah, and it could be 3 players. Hell, the 3 of us can play that game and just have fun. Play our roles, and everything like that.
Yeah, I think I have 1 or 2 on the PS4. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I've been meaning to try that out.
And it's on all consoles. There's going to be a physical release in July. I'm going to buy it, the trilogy, because there's a 4th one coming out, I think later this year. So I want to get through all those. And then I started Assassin's Creed Syndicate. And so I actually like Syndicate. I actually really like it. It's probably up there as my second favorite right now.
Is that the one set in England?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got mixed feelings. I enjoyed certain aspects, but Black Flag really just set a really high bar.
Here's the thing about Black Flag. I like Black Flag.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I have to think about which game is going to be easy for me to get right back into. Black Flag is great, but I don't feel like I want to start doing the ship battles again, building up the crew, all that stuff. It just takes too much time. It was a good experience, but I don't know if I want to do that. Unlike Assassin's Creed 2 and 5, it's really like, here's your world, go. Okay. I'm not building the game. Building up your gang is easy to do. Yeah. The traveling, I love the hook. That saves so much time that you can just hook up to the top of the area, or building the building just like zip line everywhere.
Yeah, it feels like they give you that to you too late in the game though.
You get it pretty early. You get it like on your 3rd mission.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't played it in a couple of years, so I probably just zoned out. It felt like it was a long time. But those games, I get caught up in side quests.
I do too.
I just go down the side quest line.
But I'm one of those people too where I have to I want to go do all the eagle spots because I don't want to deal with it later. So I will go every single one, discover everything around it, like where all the treasure chests and everything. So the map's open for me. Then when I do the story, then I can just get to point A to point B.
And your map's not blind.
Yeah. That's what I mainly do. Now I did that before I got the zip line. Didn't know that. So, but still, it was cool, and it gave me a chance to kind of give a tour and everything like that. But I like the game setup. I like the game wars. Like even though like you're taking over a whole territory, you still got to fight the gangs to get the ownership like that. I like that. I think I like Evie and I like Jacob Fry. I like those two characters, but at the same time, they're both too similar. So it's like, what do you just give me one of the characters? Why do I need both of them? They're not doing anything totally different.
If they had certain, like, similar moves, but certain exclusive moves.
Yes, and that's where that skill tree came in. It could have been like, hey, there's a fighter, stealth, and then that third column should have been like their specialty only.
Yeah.
So that gives me a reason. Because they're forcing sometimes some of these missions only Jacob can do. Forcing me missions only Evie can do. And I feel like, well, Evie can do this mission too, but they're trying to make this more open up so you know the characters. It's like, you're probably better off just giving me one character.
Yeah, Evie would be more stealthy. Jacob would be better, more power-based in combat, I think. Mm-hmm. You know, so, but...
Yeah, but they still have that issue, and hopefully Origins might change that. The magnet to everything, if you know what I mean. So, like, when you're climbing up stuff and everything like that, you know, you'll be on the ledge, and you want to jump off, but your character won't jump off. You have to press a button to make your character jump off instead of, like, parkouring and automatically jump off. They stick to, like, a magnet, so you have to, like, force them. And it sucks when you're on the run.
Like
you're like, jump off.
Yeah, so I from what I've heard, you will probably enjoy Origins. You'll enjoy Odyssey more, but
I heard that,
Origins.
But overall, like Syndicate, I like that better than Unity. I like that better than 3. You know,
really?
3 was boring to me, man.
I didn't get through the opening areas of 3 because it was pretty boring to me. It was lost me.
But overall, it was just boring. Yes, it was the first game that brought in the ships, and I think that's where Black Flag took advantage of that to the pirates, right? But at the same time, the character was not very interesting to me or anything like that. Like Jacob and Evie are interesting. Yeah. They're rough around the edges, trying to be these assassins. That's what I like about them. They're not like the serious. I'm badass. They're more like, we're learning. Yes, we make some mistakes. We're rough around the edge. And that's where that made me feel more welcome to it.
And they're not as tied to the quote-unquote creed.
Exactly. And so, I'm going through that game, still playing Overwatch. My buddy John Robles, I bought that game for his birthday, so he's been jumping on playing with me. We're still getting through Ghost Recon when we get a chance. We try to do that every Wednesday. You know, just trying to get little by little and everything like that. But overall, those are mainly the games that I've been playing. What about you, Jaron? What have you been playing?
Still doing, my training Tekken 7. Still playing that. I am also playing Cosmic Star Heroine. I picked that up on the Switch. I was playing a little bit of that. It's actually, I'm into it. It's like definitely a 16-bit, that pixel art. But it's got that Chrono Trigger.
Yep, I heard about that.
Chrono Trigger taste. Mm-hmm. I wish it had a little bit more of it where you could combine your techniques. But I do like the whole system of you take your damage, you have your healing skills, but at the end of the battle, everybody's healed back up. You don't have to manage potions out of the battle. You don't have to manage ethers or magic point, outside of the battle.
Right.
So that's fun. Getting a little retro gaming in. I don't know how retro it is, but I'm playing Bully on Xbox 360. Never played it before.
I never played that game either. I heard it's fun.
Yeah. I so far I'm digging it. I found the scholarship edition. I found it at a thrift store. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this real quick. Yeah. $2 is not a bad investment.
No.
And I'm digging. I'm digging it. I'm about to start another shooter, or another shmup on the Genesis, but I haven't decided which one yet. So, and of course playing Overcooked 2 with my wife from time to time. So.
Yeah, because Overcooked 1 is free right now on PlayStation.
Yeah, we
cleared one more day, I think.
You have until Tuesday, June 3rd or 4th. Or something. But we killed Overcooked, the original Overcooked. We beat that. Overcooked 2, we're working our way through on the Switch.
Okay.
So and of course Smash Brothers. Finally finished unlocking all the characters. I haven't bought Joker, haven't bought Piranha Plant. Okay. But we unlocked all the other characters.
Okay.
So I love Little Mac. I love playing Little Mac.
Meanwhile, in Dragon Quest, I'm just kidding. Curtis, what have you been playing, buddy?
Was with the coming of summer, kids are in daycare, so right after work, I have some game time for myself for about 2 hours. I was like, man, Dragon Quest XI's been sitting on my shelf. Here we go.
Right.
Buckle in. And it is an absolute love letter to the JRPG genre. It really has the big, expensive maps again. The cities are huge. You explore every nook and cranny. Drives my wife up the wall. Go talk to that person. It progresses. No. Gonna go to this corner. Gonna raid this house. I'm gonna smash that pot and open this closet. And then I'm gonna do it 5 more times. And just in case I miss something, I'm gonna go around the town 1 more time. Just in case. Okay, I'm done. Now I can talk to this person now.
Right.
Absolutely love it. I have not played Dragon Quest series since 8. I've played 2 spin-offs. I took 9 off because I just didn't. I couldn't get attached to the character because it was a creative character.
Now you have a 3DS.
I have a 3DS.
Okay, so 8 is the last one you play on the 3DS, or are we talking about back at the PS2?
PlayStation 2.
Okay.
So yeah, Dragon Quest 8 was the last mainline game I played. I could not stand 9 because the character, it was this creative character. Your party members you were just recruiting people. No one had a story. That's kind of the strength of Dragon Quest. Is everyone has a story. Everyone has a history.
It almost feels like 9 shouldn't even have been on there.
And
kind of like Final Fantasy
Online.
Online.
Why are you even playing it if nobody has a story?
Like Final Fantasy 14. Like you could have just called Fantasy Online. You didn't need the 14. Just like 9, you didn't need 9. It could have been called Dragon Quest Allies or something.
And I liked the setup to 9, but I just didn't care.
Right.
With these characters, you're still the nameless hero, but you have like you're at birth, you're sent away by your mother. You're like running from the monsters. The Council of Kings are talking about your fate because of this birthmark on your hand. The evil king so far, one of my favorite things to do, game within a game, which Dragon Ball Z character does that character look like?
Right.
Right. The evil king who locks you up the first time, I was like, man, that is Dr. Gero. That's Android 20. It's just the whole game. When a new character comes, I don't know who you are. This is new. Like,
I saw your post about Gohan. Yeah.
But yeah, that is a thing that I like to do on my playthrough of any Dragon Quest game. Of like, who do you look like? I know.
So
who you
where
are.
would you right now on the state that you're at? Where would you put 11 at? Is it
would
you put above 8?
It's so close to being up to. I'm gonna have to play it a little bit longer. But I think it's just the initial shock. It's such a breath of fresh air that in the modern gaming industry, like the game environment right now, Square had the balls to do a single-player story-driven RPG that went back to the roots. And it's still time-based, too. It's very impressive because after 8, you had Kingdom Hearts, you had action combat. 15 was more action-based. Lightning Returns they kind of went away from the time-based combat, and it's nice that they went back to that. And they added in new mechanics so if you go back to 8, you could pep yourself up, and you would hit harder.
Yeah, okay.
You would manually take off a turn, kind of like in Bravely Default.
Yeah, you'd boost yourself.
So this is more, the pep system is more like a limit break.
Okay.
From 7, but it's a state that you're in for like maybe 5 to 7 turns. Now, if other characters pep up with you, you can do a team attack.
Okay. That's what I love about certain RPGs. Like, can you actually, I want to see them work together.
Yes.
Right.
And it makes sense because, it's like you guys have been traveling as a party for 40 hours. Why do you not have a team attack? Why have you not guys synergized yet?
Yeah.
And when you get party members, they synergize with each other. And I love the animations. It is so gorgeously done.
Yeah. That's what makes games like Suikoden and Chrono Trigger fun. It's like these characters actually team up and do cool attacks. They actually, whether they're related or they have a certain relationship, they actually, it makes sense. It's logical.
It's crazy sometimes how popular it is in Japan, where they actually like close schools for that game for Dragon Quest.
Well, it's either that or they have a truancy epidemic.
Right.
I mean, I think the closest we did that to here was Fallout 4. When Fallout 4 came out. Yeah, bosses were like, yeah, you're sick, sure.
So, before we get into our news and stuff, I have one thing that happened to me. I'm not even calling this a real segment, but I'm just gonna say it was. I call it. Good job, Capcom, but this is dumb. Okay. And the only reason why is that because here it is. I broke down. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get the Mega Man X collection.
Okay.
I'm going to get it because there's a physical one where they have 1 and 2 together. Like that's what I wanted. I did not want to buy them singly. I want them like together. Again, that's what they should have been. Yes. Yes. So there was a. So here's the deal. So I called GameStop and I'm like, hey, do you have a car? And granted, for the listener, I'm not blaming GameStop, but GameStop should know better to not let this happen. I guess
GameStop's got enough going against them right now.
Right. So I'm not blaming them. That's why I said good job, Capcom. Okay,
from Jaron.
Okay, for the listeners, if you didn't know this, if you are a retro person, you probably already know this. But if you're not, this is supposed to be warned. When you buy a Mega Man X1 and 2, the way they do it is they give you a cartridge of X1, but they give you a code for X2 collection.
Okay.
When you trade that game in, you're basically paying more money for one single cartridge because you don't get the code for the second one. Think about that. You get it? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I called them, I asked, okay, because I assume, hey, it's all going to be one game card. 1 and 2. I don't think it's that hard. They could put it all on there.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the PS2, they had 1 through 8 plus the 2 battle games all on one disc. This should not be an issue on a card. But they didn't do that. Capcom decided to make it a code for the X2 part. So when you trade it in, I asked them like, okay, it's a code. I was like, okay. And I was kind of like dumbfounded. I was like, whose idea was that? I don't know. And it's like no one would ever buy that. Like if I was GameStop, I was like, I wouldn't even accept it. But I don't know the policy. Like we have to kind of accept it, right? And so, but just for people out there, it's like if you don't buy the used copy of the Mega Man X Collection 1 and 2 because you will not get 2. You only get 1.
Exactly.
And so and it's a damn shame. So you have no choice. Capcom did a smart idea of the only way you get both of those is either new or nothing.
Yeah. No, they did it with Resident Evil Revelations.
That's shameful. I'm sorry.
The other company did with Bayonetta 1, 2. You gotta.
Yep.
So yeah. Was it No, it wasn't Wolfenstein 2. It was there are a number of games where it's just really a placeholder, and then you got to actually download everything.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
GG Capcom indeed.
Yeah. So like clever Capcom, but that's dumb. Just dumb.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm making the making it rain motion for those who can't see.
But I hope that GameStop. And I'm not counting my wishes high for them, but hopefully whoever decides to get that will give them a heads up like, hey, if you buy this, you're only getting the first one.
Yeah.
Because they even said they're going to discontinue doing used ones. They said too.
Yeah.
And I was like, good.
Or here's a novel thought: mark it down to where it's like $20 or $25.
It is $20.
Oh,
it's $20, but you only get the first one used. That's what I meant.
What does it go for new? Do you know?
30.
Oh my gosh.
10. Mark it down to 10. $10 used.
$20 brand new. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. But I was this close. I was going to the eShop. I'm like, man, I might just buy digital. Like, damn, it's still $30 because it's $14 each. I was like, well, I might as well just brand new physical. And so, but just for listeners out there, if you end up seeing it and you're feeling retro, don't do it buy brand new because you will get screwed over for doing that. And it sucks. It sucks that they pulled that kind of move, Capcom.
Oh, yeah.
And so, but
they're slowly but surely pushing all of us towards the digital.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are being dragged, kicking and screaming into the all digital age.
Right.
So
well, with that, it's time to get in some news.
Oh,
Does that sound about right?
Yeah,
it sounds like some news.
And I mean, speaking of GameStop.
Yeah, let's go into that.
Yeah, GameStop's taking one bloody nose after another. Their COO/CFO quit as the acting CEO. Yeah, he had all the C names.
He was one of the last He's the last one that was there from the beginning.
He's the last Elm Street kid.
And stop. Let's talk about it for a second. How do we... Now, most people here, if you're a listener or you're like us, GameStop's always been that middle ground. Like, sometimes I really hate you guys. Sometimes you have the only thing that I need, especially when it comes to exclusive crap. Like, if Final Fantasy had exclusive with GameStop, you would probably be pissed, Curtis.
Yep.
You're like, God dang it.
Yeah.
You want episode 2 with episode 1? You gotta get it at GameStop. That'd be a bitch move. That'd be a bitch move, right? No,
God, no, right? No, it's a love-hate relationship because they're necessary. They're still a necessary evil,
right? But thank God that we are at a point of this age where there's more options. Like I can go to Amazon, I can go to Best Buy, I can go to all these places. GameStop's not the only place that has this kind of stuff.
True, but I mean, GameStop, GameStop was, you get used, you get new, you had a bigger selection. Yeah, Best Buy has big games. They have new games to a degree. They take used games. I haven't really seen a lot of it, but their selection is still limited. It's basically the big names who have, space.
So what does this mean for the guy leaving? Like, what does that mean to us? Like, to me, it's more like it's just getting them lower down. What it feels like, sadly enough, it looks like they're slowly drifting. They're I don't know they're going to disappear soon. It might be like 3 or 4 years down the line.
They're rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic, as the old saying goes.
Okay.
They're scrambling. It's like, someone please save us. This other guy, I think George Sherman, he's stepping up. He's going to try and save it. I don't know what they're going to do.
He's been building a team.
Yeah, I hope it better be the damn Avengers, because I don't see this happen. GameStop, their whole profit margin relies on taking your new games and giving you, like,
flipping it.
Yeah, $20, $25, $30, and then flipping it for $5 less than new, and then pocketing all that profit. You know, I wouldn't even mess with them if it weren't for some of the retro stuff I can get there or whatever. But
yeah, they do those buy 2 get 1 free deals sometimes.
As a former ASM of GameStop, their profit is the replacement plans, the power-up cards, the magazine subscriptions. Used games is probably 80% of their profit.
Yep.
So if I would go into there right now, bought a new Nintendo Switch.
Oh, you don't want Mega Man X now? I'll just kidding.
Or a new PlayStation.
Yeah, go ahead.
They make $5 off that sale.
Yeah.
If I buy a brand new game from them for $60, they might make $2 off of that.
Yeah.
That's why they're throwing, do you want the replacement plan? Do you want this and that?
It's like, I mean, if you drop it, they start trying to guilt you. If you drop it, it will cover you. It's like, really? Okay. Sorry. No, I don't have any kids. I understand. And those Switch cartridges really tiny. I understand, but
yeah, that's where they try to aim more at the parents when they say all that stuff. Like,
and grandmas,
right?
Poor grandmas.
Sometimes
people who don't know any better.
Dude, I think sometimes when I walk in, they get that vibe like, okay, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
I like that vibe because it's more like, they'll say, hey, do you need help? I'm like, no, I'm good. It's like, okay, well, if you need anything, cool. I'm like, awesome. Yeah. Now they leave me alone for the rest of the time.
Yeah, a couple of GameStops I go to, I won't name specific towns, but they'll ask me, hey, if you need anything particularly looking for? It's like, no, I'm just seeing, what you got in the Vita section, not much anymore, or the Wii and Wii U section, not much anymore. And sometimes they'll let it go, other times they will just like hover behind me and hover. It's like, dude, go flip some games. Get out of here.
So when an associate underneath a senior game advisor, because senior game advisors work anywhere from 24 to 32 hours. So senior game advisor, assistant store manager, and store manager, they take very little heat for pre-orders and stuff because they're going to get told a lot more no.
Right.
If you're a game advisor or if you're a game advisor or advanced game advisor, if you can't get your numbers, you kind of get yelled at, and it's really sad. And you have to fight for your hours too, because when you don't bring up those numbers and you don't represent, that affects the district manager. The district manager gets yelled at by the regional manager, so he takes it out on the managers and the It's a horrible chain. It's a horrible snowball
downhill.
effect.
Yeah, dude, that's why almost no lie. Every time I go to games, I swear it's always a new staff because the turnover is just outrageous.
They either the staff just comes in, makes their money, does whatever and gets out, or someone just, there's a person at a store I go to a lot. I don't know how they still work there, but they are like a stubborn nail. They just won't come out, and they're okay with customer service. They're okay, but they're the stereotypical neckbeard, the bad neckbeard. And it's like, ooh, dude, okay, well, I'm buying this because I want it, not because I want to buy it from you. But yeah, I understand. I mean, when I worked at Blockbuster way back when, we were told to sell movie passes.
You worked at Blockbuster?
Yes, I worked at Blockbuster
Holy
for
crap.
a good 4 years.
That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, and and it was back when they did the game pass, and they had the game section of the store. And I sold my butt off on game passes, movie passes, and you get yelled at, or someone gets yelled at.
I envy them too, because also in the news I had posted it, they're raising the rate of their Power Up membership by $5.
Yes.
So it's no longer $14.99.
I heard about that,
it's
but
up to
what are they taking? I heard they're taking what away?
They are taking away the 10% discount.
That's it.
On
that's
used
it.
games,
That's it.
What they're replacing it with is a obligatory $5 off coupon. You get it once per month. It does not roll over, and I'm still not sure if it's just $5 on anything or $5 on pre-owned only.
I'm gonna say it's pre-owned because that's where they get their money at. Yeah, it has to be pre-owned.
So they're pulling the okie doke. They're hoping people can't math, and unfortunately, we can math, and they're saying, oh, $60, it's a free game a year. No. 10% off accessories and games. You find, let's say, a Ninja Gaiden 2 on the Xbox 360. That's $9. 10% off, that's $1. Power Ups Pro, not Pro, but Elite Pro, you maybe get a little bit more. Not anymore.
Right.
But, that would add up over time. And
we need to move on, but I'll leave it to one thing. I think next generation, like when the next Xbox PS4, this will be GameStop's. And you can quote me on this. This is going to be their put up or shut up year. That generation.
Yeah.
Because, Google's, Stadia, whatever it is, that's going to be a put up or shut up. If that does very well, that's going to really hurt GameStop.
Yeah. I mean, GameStop's not even carrying the Xbox SAD. The Xbox One SAD.
Exactly.
Last caveat. When Walmart and Best Buy announced that they were doing used games and taking used games, there was a company-wide email that, immediately, as soon as that news broke, and they went into full panic mode of
really.
I had a 11 o'clock manager meeting with the ASMs, and then after that was the store manager meeting, and I had to sit in on that one, and it was just brainstorming for the district.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, here's an idea. Actually, carry stuff people want to buy and stop charging $55 for a game that you get for $59.
They should be owning more of the retro stuff. Yeah, that's what they should be owning.
That's the other thing. There is still a market there. Only prestige stores, special prestige stores would get to carry that stuff. And they need to spread that out more. That needs to be bigger, but whatever.
What you got, bud? What else you got?
All right, so, Pokemon. Everybody loves Pokemon.
Too bad I can't catch them all. Those little bastards. They're everywhere.
Well, this gives you a chance.
I ain't getting no grass.
Yeah, get some tall grass. Just find some unmowed
I seen the movie. I know it's in that grass.
But yeah, so Pokemon Home, and this is actually a good idea if Nintendo doesn't get money crazy, is integrating Pokemon Go, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, the Pokebank on the Nintendo 3DS, and the mainline Pokemon games that are coming out this fall, Sword and Shield, into cloud. So any Pokemon you catch, you could actually upload them up into the cloud.
I heard about that. That's pretty awesome, though.
I'm actually still going to get the Pokemon Bank, maybe. But it means you can fill out your decks. You can fill out your Pokedex, finally. So without the whole, because if anybody remembers the Game Boy Advance and some of the DS games, moving your Pokemon from generation to generation, it was a pain. It was a pain in the ass.
It was. So,
and you had to go to a special Poke Park and throw a ball and hope yours popped up. And yeah, it was a bonehead decision. So aside from Nintendo's other bonehead decisions with Mario Maker 2, the whole not playing with your friends online part, I think that's good. That and Pokemon Sleep.
Yeah.
Who wants to play Pokemon while they're unconscious?
Right. Right.
Oh man. So and a big thing for those who everybody knows BioWare and Black Isle Studios. They did Baldur's Gate and they did Baldur's Gate 2 and they did some Icewind Dale. So for those who like that, Planescape Torment, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 Enhanced Editions, Icewind Dale, and Neverwinter Nights are coming to all three main consoles, Switch, Xbox One, and PS4. $49.99 a piece. So Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, $50, Icewind Dale, $50, Neverwinter Nights, $50, etc.
Okay.
But it's by Beamdog and Skybound Studios, the same people who are doing
the Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead final season. Yeah. So we're getting it. If you haven't played it on the PC or you don't have a PC powerful enough to run Baldur's Gate 1 and 2.
If you're still running Windows 95 on your computer,
exactly.
I advise you to go down, get a life.
Yeah, I mean, God, just go build something out of scraps. Right? Get your Iron Man on.
Right.
But yeah, so you could play Icewind Dale on your Switch. It's a good dungeon crawler.
It's pretty awesome. I've been wanting to play those.
Yeah, I've never played Planescape Torment. I know, gasp, but I love Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, and I have it on Steam, and I think this is a good move.
That's
awesome.
It's
a good move. I don't like the price. I would put it at about $40, $35 to $40. I think that's a better price point, but it's whatever. It still looks
now, if
good.
it was a triple pack, that 50 would have been worth more.
Yes, if it was all of these games, like 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 games all in one.
Yeah,
which they could fit it because
they could.
I mean, they really could.
They could.
Baldur's Gate, the graphics and the gameplay, they hold up today. So, Divinity Original Sin 2.
Divinity is so good.
I have not. it's on my wish list.
It's so good.
Everybody tells me I need to play it, and I need to play it with friends, or I need to play it alone.
But play it with your wife, man. You guys will have a good time.
Yeah,
you guys will have a good time.
So I'm down for that, and I want to see more of those games come out, more that return. There's still a place for dungeon crawlers, and RPGs. So yeah, that does it for my news tidbits.
But you forgot one more thing. Didn't they also announce Detective Pikachu 2?
Oh, yes. They are bringing Detective Pikachu to the main console.
Yes, on the Switch. And with that, we all have seen Detective Pikachu, so I wanted to, not very long, just want to talk about everybody's little opinions about it. So, Detective Pikachu came out about like a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it came out the week that we did our recording for the Batman, I believe. And what is everybody's... What did everybody think about it? I actually really enjoyed it.
Okay.
I don't think you have to be a Pokemon fan to, or just know Pokemon in general. You can get in and get out, and you still have a great story. It has a great noir. I don't know where that kid actor come from. I don't know if he's from the Disney fan club, whatever, but he was good.
He was in Jurassic World.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen Jurassic World yet.
The second one, Fallen Kingdom, or
both.
Okay.
I don't remember him in the first one.
I don't remember. Okay.
Okay.
Well, now
I know he was
in
in Fallen Kingdom, though.
Okay.
Finish Fallen Kingdom. I'll have to watch it this weekend.
But no, he did a good job. Ryan Reynolds did a good job. It took me a while to kind of delete the Deadpool in me to really watch who he is. So I really enjoy. I don't care what anybody says. I think the hair stuff was phenomenal for that. If you take it away, it would look too fake-ish.
That's how it's supposed. It's a mouse. It's a mouse.
Yeah.
Mice have hair.
Right. Right. And just the world that they build. It felt like the CG and everything fit that world more than it felt out of place. Yes. It didn't feel out of place.
This is our new Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Exactly.
This is Take Note Studios. This is how you do it. One, for integrating fantastical stuff with real life, and two, a video game movie. Nintendo, you're redeemed. Mario Brothers is redeemed.
It almost felt like it was a movie with a video game element into it, and more of a video game, because you didn't see them battle that much. It was not mainly battle. It was a noir story finding out something. It just happens to be in a Pokemon world, in a video game world.
Exactly. And it did not feel intimidating for anyone who hasn't seen one of the quote Pokemans or anything like that. It was like, there they are. We live alongside them. It didn't info dump you.
They're just there. Yeah.
Exactly. So. Of course, it made you wonder, like, okay, so is everybody vegan, or
that is a good question.
I
didn't see no real cows in there.
Yeah. Milk Tank. Oh. Milk Tank. Yeah. Oh yeah. I broke some hearts today.
Oh man.
Milk Tank. Yeah.
But any other last things? You guys.
As far as news, not for me. Detective
No,
Pikachu,
the movie in general, just the movie.
Detective Pikachu, I enjoyed it. I can't wait to
Would
buy
you
it
recommend? I recommend everybody going to see it.
I would buy it.
I would buy it too.
Exactly. It's one of the few movies I will buy physical.
Okay. I don't think it was a great movie.
Okay.
But it had some pacing issues for me.
Yeah.
As a video game movie, though, it was amazing.
Okay.
And that kind of that overall kind of, it raises the score for me because it was a good movie. It was a good movie and an even better video game movie.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Updates. So, if you are a movie person and you like hearing two people talk about movies, we have one called Jeremy Met Nam and do a movie podcast. We actually released our recent one of Dr. Strangelove, a 1964 movie.
Hell yeah.
It's a cult following for people that don't know. First time watching it at the time. Interesting film. Fun fact, James Earl Jones is in that film. Did not know that. So,
And the one before that was Get Out.
yep, we did
Very
Get
good
Out.
episode.
Yeah.
That was good, thank you. And then the one before that was it Happy Gilmore? No, it wasn't Happy Gilmore. But
It
Happy
was Pitch Black.
yeah, it was Pitch
Yes.
Black and then Happy Gilmore.
Someone listens.
Yeah. There you go. And so we recommend. It's a very short show. It's like 30 to 40 minutes. The way the show works is we talk about. We always start out saying hi to each other. You know, that's how it always starts. Then we talk about why we picked the movie. Then we talk about what we thought of the trailer. Then break, come back, and then we talk about the full results of the movie. So
It's
really
a wonderful format.
yeah,
by the
it's
way.
awesome. And then during the end, we have random questions, like a lot of random questions, and there's 3 questions each segment, and they're just off the wall bonkers, and we just try to answer them. Like, what would it be if Samuel Jackson was in this? What would you do if you were in this movie? What would you do and all this kind of stuff?
John
So-
Woo this film.
Yeah. So
boy.
yeah. So it's just fun. It's just a fun sit back and relax and have a good time. So
It's something good to listen to on a commute to work. If you have a long commute, if you're driving from OKC to Norman.
right. And for the people, like the names we mentioned, they're all by each episode is in a cycle of the different decades. So like we have we go through the 80s, one episode's through the 90s, and one is double O's, then the 10s, then we go right back to the 70s and further back as its own category. And then when we get to 2020, then the 2019s will be part of the 10s. We don't do anything in 2019. We do anything
Too
8
fresh. Too fresh.
Yeah. And so it's a good time because also too it gives us a chance to really like observe a lot of movies. Like I grew up with my dad watching a lot of old movies, so it gives me a chance to introduce Nam to a lot of old movies.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
he'll introduce me a lot of foreign films that I don't know about. So there's a lot of Asian films that I don't know about that he grew up and he'll introduce me to that.
Okay.
So we get a little bit of both. Then we get a lot of people's favorites. Like Curtis loves Happy Gilmore, so that was a good one dedicated. But we have some really good ones coming up too.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
so I'm very excited about that. Bond Never Dies. So License to Kill is out, and then the next episode coming out will be the Pierce Brosnan saga. We go right into the GoldenEye. And so that's going to be a fun one.
The movie that the game was more popular than.
You're right. But for a special event after the week of E3, we're doing a dedicated week to Roger Moore. 'Cause Roger Moore just recently died at the age of 89.
R.I.P.
So that whole week, from Monday through Friday, we will be posting an episode, followed by a special recording of Travis and I talking about just some fun facts about Roger Moore and how we thought about it as an overall
that's
James
awesome.
Bond. So so it gets people so people just kind of see all these movies, then listen to them. So we just wanted to do a dedicated to him. How crazy that Sean Connery's still alive.
I know.
That's crazy, man.
Man,
Good for
it's
him.
down to genetics, I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah, he's rough. He's living rough.
Yeah. And so, Disney. So, Ariel and I are working on a Disney podcast. We're hopefully going to record soon. We don't have a date yet for it, but we're excited to talk about Disney animation stuff and everything like that.
I'm ecstatic. You actually found a co-host named Ariel.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Very
Come
flavor.
on.
That's funny.
Right. It all just comes together. It's meant to happen, right? She has been having a busy schedule, so hopefully, like this Sunday, as we're recording, that this will finally get to start recording because we have a great lineup of like segments to talk about. I think we got enough for like two seasons, and so we'll see what happens with that. And so other news on the podcast network, we have a lot of ideas. I don't want to say them yet. I let y'all see what I was planning, but I don't reveal them yet because we don't have a set date. But June 10th though is the cabinet session. That's finally coming out. Maybe you saw that little logo the whole time, like, what is this show? He puts it out there, but there's nothing about it. So June 10th will be our arcade one where Jaron and I have gone through the arcade games, and we'll be posting our first 5 episodes starting June
Nice.
10th. We're excied to talk about that.
Oh
And
yeah,
so,
you get to see us beat some quarter munchers.
right. You like Dragon Lair? That's my favorite episode to watch. That was a funny episode. Right, you'll see that one. That was fun.
Yeah, it was plenty of WTF moments.
Yeah.
It does make me want to get the Dragon Lair trilogy.
I do want that. I do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
don't
think
know.
I might try to get
PS4
on the Switch.
Yeah, PS4 Switch. If whatever first one comes to me, I will buy that physically because
Because I want to play through Dragon Lair again, but I hear Dragon Lair 2 and then
Space Age. Yeah. Space Ace, yeah.
Yeah.
And crazy, man, they've been talking for so long to make Dragon Lair a movie. And I like animation, like based on the animation, like
You
that.
better get Don Blue.
No, that's what it's about. Don Blue did like a Kickstarter to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's successful or not. They've been working on it for a while because the goal is they wanted to do the Disney effect where like Space Ace would have been the opener for a short, followed by the then followed by the Dragon Lair movie.
No,
And that would have been
idea.
amazing.
Yeah.
I want that to happen. Man, I wish Disney would just buy it and then just work together to make that happen. That would have been
There's
amazing.
a reason Don Bluth left Disney, though.
I know, and that's something we'll be talking about on the Disney podcast too. So yeah, there's some fun stuff about
Disney
that.
conspiracy theories.
Right. But we have more news coming soon to you, so hold on. But our goal is to always come with great content, always come with great shows. But you can really help us out by following us on Twitter. I would love to have more followers on Twitter. I'd love you on Facebook. Spread the word. We're pushing work. We pushing in work in the studio, man. We pushing this stuff.
Yeah.
We trying to give you everything, man.
Rocking that whip.
Right. We bringing it. So, we love to hear your support. Give us feedback. Adam's been very helpful putting up some stuff for him. So shout out to him. He's the one that was talking about the segment about the specs and everything like that.
Oh.
And so we talked about that on the last one. So, but let's go and take a break. I wanted to do our E3 pre before we go into this, but I think we can do it all in the next second half of
It's
this.
going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a jam-packed episode for this one. But with that, let's take a break, and we come back. We're going to go E3 over this podcast. We'll be right back. Okay, so who is your favorite James Bond?
Oh, Sean Connery, hands down.
Why?
Because he was the first. He was the best. He's the foundation for all the James Bonds.
Well, don't you believe can be like better Bonds that can improve off of Sean Connery? It doesn't mean like he's the best. Like Pierce Brosnan, I think, is like the most well-balanced one. I think he's the jack of all trades.
I think the key word there is improve upon. He's the foundation. He's the beginning.
Do you think? Well, then what do you think about Roger Moore then?
Roger Moore, he's okay. He's a little more goofy. Not as cool as Pierce Brosnan, but not as stoic as James.
But he has cooler gadgets, don't you agree?
I think you need to go back and watch Sean Connery.
I think you need to go back and watch Pierce Brosnan.
I think we need to go back and watch them all.
Including Timothy Dalton and Daniel Craig too?
All of them.
Okay. All right. What should we need a name for this. What do you think? What should we call it?
Well, the fact of the matter is Bond never dies.
All right. Bond never dies. And welcome back to the In-Game Boss Podcast. I am Jeremy Evans with Jaron Williams and Curtis Scism. How are you? All right. So, actually, Jaron brought me a present. He brought me an amiibo. Roy, actually, from Fire Emblem. He is trying to adopt me into the Fire Emblem era, which I need to do.
Three Houses is coming.
Dude, if I can get a copy of Awaken, that'd be a great starter for me.
I'll keep an eye out. I keep seeing it at almost every GameStop I go to.
Yeah, dude, if you find it on a good deal, let me know, and I'll go pick it up, because that's the one I really want to start, because I like that cast.
Yeah, and Awakening is really accessible. Like, I'm still working through Fates. Fates is brutal.
I heard Fates was brutal.
Yeah, Fates is brutal. And I'm starting on the Birthright one, the easier one, not the Conquest. It's still brutal.
But the Three Houses look pretty cool, because it has kind of like that Harry Potter per se.
Yeah.
Like, there's all magic. It's kind of
groups. Each house has their strengths.
That's pretty cool. I like that. So I'll definitely get. That's coming out. Is that coming out in the summer?
July?
Yeah, it's a summer game.
I believe July. Yeah, I got the special limited whatever.
Nintendo coming hard, man. Mario Maker June, and then Fire Emblem July, man.
And who knows what else they're announcing? I
know.
Because Nintendo they'll get you a little hyped up, but most of their stuff that's like, and by the way, it's coming out in 2 months.
Right.
Wait, what?
Right. Yep. So, but on this paper though, it's a list of all the all the main ones that are going to be showing their face at E3, because E3 is coming up, and we're very excited about that. It's Christmas for all gamers, all the big news. Yeah, now over the years, it feels like E3 is kind of a little declining a little bit until another big announcement comes. People are now switching to digitalized videos more instead of like being there and stuff like that. So the people that are going to be there this year, Microsoft, they're coming in hard, because they're like, that's like more room for them to shine. Yeah. So they're coming in hard. They already announced they're about to be 14 exclusives that they're bringing to the table. Well, maybe not exclusives. There's 14 games they already announced. They were talking about. I think they said in-house actually, so it might be exclusive.
For the Xbox One.
We don't know. We might be a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Or it might be both. Might do the 360 and Xbox One. Might be for the last gen and the new gen together.
It's very important for them, since Sony's taking this one off.
Yeah, so this is their big. This is their big shine, and they're probably probably the first ones to show. Unless EA, which they're going video, maybe they're going first. I'm not 100% sure. But we have Microsoft, we have Nintendo. They're doing their direct, of course, but they will be there with Treehouse and probably have some secret games that they might announce during the Treehouse.
Playables, it's expected.
Ubisoft is still coming, which I do enjoy. Ubisoft. Sometimes they go too long on stuff, but overall, it always feels like a celebration with them. That's what I really like about them.
Downgrade this year.
I wish Elijah Tyler came back for it. She was a really good host.
Oh,
Aisha Tyler, yeah, the voice for Lana for Archer,
and she actually had passion for a lot of games because she was a gamer.
She was really cool. She was a good host.
Bethesda,
Bethesda, they're coming in. I need to write that on the list. Bethesda, and then Square Enix. Rumor has it they're taking the PlayStation 2 slot.
Yes,
no, not PlayStation 2. PlayStation slot at 6:00. Yeah, and then we also have. Maybe State of Play might make a special appearance from Sony. We don't know.
I mean, since their last State of Play, not their first one, but their last one went better. I think they figured, hey, we could probably do this. You can't out Nintendo.
Yeah,
but
but they have a slot. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like you mentioned, more and more companies are realizing, we can we get a bigger audience with YouTube than going to E3 and then
saving money.
Well, all they're going to do is just announce the E3 and then it's going to be on YouTube anyway.
Yeah, or they're going to set up in their own conference for PSX.
Yeah. Now you cannot replicate that hyped feeling of the crowd just losing their mind.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite moments. And, noticing from the last few E3s, they really focus on the video, but you don't get to hear the roaring crowd.
Yeah.
I like hearing the crowd yell.
Yeah,
that gets me hyped.
I like seeing the crowd. Their opinion when Sekiro was announced, or Ghost of Tsushima, or Spider-Man.
Yeah, because I want to hear what people are interested in, what they're not interested.
And you can tell by the audience reaction too. I mean, it's really amazing.
Right. When I saw God of War, the reaction people yelled. Final Fantasy VII and Shenmue 3 when they first got people were yelling their hearts out, and that's what I want to hear. I want to hear does people still care about this or not?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to read the comments down below. I want to hear y'all.
True, and the thing, but it's inevitable when they announce something. You will then have the inevitable, the YouTube echo chamber, everybody making their stories of, all right, first reactions to this and this and this.
Yeah.
So they might as well just do digital.
Right.
Obviously, the big console developers, they can afford to go digital. Microsoft can afford to go all digital.
Right.
They already have. Xbox One sad.
But we have a big jam-packed episode, so we need to go ahead and get started on this. What we're going to do on this one is we're going to talk a little bit about each one we talked about the conference, but we're not going to analyze what they're going to do. We're just going to kind of give a small snippet. So we're going to talk about what games they should start out with, what they should end with, and just for bonus for us, is there anything special they should do in the middle or something like that? And so we'll go ahead and hit the big hitter. Microsoft, they're the ones that are going to come in big. This is basically, I think it's Microsoft and E3. That's what it's feeling like right now. Because, rumor has it that we're going to be hearing, a new console probably announced. Last year and during the whole year, they bought 5 new studios.
Yeah.
Yes.
Saw that. So, this is their chance to really bring out what they've been working on all this time. They had a whole year, and they were quiet. They took some hits while PlayStation was just on the rise.
They took a lot of hits.
So, yeah, because they're basically saying, you guys won this round. We're going to get you on the next gen. That's what they're ramping up for. So this is their chance to really shine.
Crackdown 3.
Yeah, that was. And Scalebound got canceled because all that crap. Yeah. So, Microsoft. So, Curtis, we'll start with you first, bud. What do you think they should start? What game should they start out first? What's their opener? To bring them out we are Microsoft.
I think Gears 5 is very synonymous with Microsoft and the Xbox.
Okay.
If there is a Gears 5, you need to bring that out. You need to kind of focus on we still care about single player. That whole mantra of Sony worked. I don't know how. I'm a single player guy. I love single players. Till the day I die in an old man's, I will still play single players. And that is a mantra that Sony, with a dead kung fu grip, held on to.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think when the Xbox One came out, it's it can do this, it can do this, it can do and it does game. Well, no, focus on the games. Stop done effing up.
Yeah, you can add apps later. Focus on the games.
It can wipe my ass and it can play NFL for me, but I wanted to play games.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I would open E3 up saying, it's almost an apology tour because we fucked up that last generation. We,
Right.
I'm sorry, but it was so traumatizing. Angry Joe, Microsoft Xbox guy for life, broke down and bought a PlayStation 4. He was so mad at Microsoft, and I'm a PlayStation guy, and I was just looking at Microsoft. What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, PS3 was the last system I ever bought. The previous generation, I was a 360 guy, and well, PS4. I still don't own an Xbox One.
Okay.
And yeah, it's kind of funny that Sony's taking it off, kind of just riding the coast of, hey, we released Spider-Man, we released Days End, we also had Uncharted 4 at the beginning of our generation cycle. We have Last of Us 2 coming. Like, we don't need to do crap, really.
We're good.
We good, man. But I would open up with the exclusive title, even if it's a time exclusive. Kind of, that's my opinion.
Okay. I disagree with the last year's E3. I think Microsoft had a better one than PlayStation. PlayStation, I think, got a little too comfortable with the whole Last of Us. Like, the music and stuff was fine, and then they had to leave to go to the actual conference thing. I think that was just a little bit too much. Like, I think they got a little full of themselves.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, this led them to what we're doing a state of play instead of this. I think that really hurt them with the way their reputation, because nothing will beat the last year with Final Fantasy VII and Shenmue. That was just a hit after hit. With God of War, Spider-Man was the main thing for that one. So those were your major hit. But Microsoft did better last year.
Yes.
Because they were game. And they were the first one to announce the Devil May Cry 5, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I think they're going to do it again. They're going to hit hard. I think what they're going to do is they're going to hit the beginning with something that people have been wondering about for a while. And if they're going to just bring that at first, I think Fable needs to be first. I think that's been the rumor talked about. I think Fable should be the first thing they should hit out first. It's something that everybody's wondering. And then that bad taste in their mouth since the last Fable was supposed to be the 4 against 1 kind of game that was in a free-to-play. Then they just totally shut that down. Now, rumor has it Playground is doing it. The people that did Forza Horizon. Okay. Those are the same people. Rumor has it supposed to be them. Even though it's so a rare game. Rare should be doing Fable to me. It's just such a rare thing.
Rare's been having some missteps.
They do. Well, they're still trying to clean up the sea. So, anyways, and so I think that's the one they should open up with. Just something nice, and then go from there. What about you, Jaron?
I think with something nice, I say let's revisit Halo Infinite. They talked about it last year or earlier this year. I think reopen it with Halo Infinite, a few more details about that, or maybe some more video. And as far as closing,
we'll get to the closing in a second, just for your opening.
Okay, all right. I'd say open up with Halo Infinite, and maybe then do a 1-2 punch with Fable or Gears of War 5.
Okay.
Just get people hyped.
Okay. I'm going to go with your Halo 5, but I think that should be the ending, because I think that's where they should introduce the console, showing what this game can do.
Okay. So you think Halo Infinite next gen, and then end with the next gen? All right. I could see that.
I could be wrong. I don't know. Did they state what console Infinite was coming on? Did they say one, or they just showed it?
Implied. On Xbox One, but we both know that that's something that's
because
I think
Halo
Xbox
needs to get back to this is the flagship of our Xbox.
Yeah.
So no other best way to me is to introduce that going into the new console. The new console. Here's the first Halo Infinite. It's supposed to be like, it feels like the brand new, like the first one.
Yes.
Set the play.
You want to feel like the original, the OG Xbox again.
Right.
That holy crap. Oh, look at this world.
That would win back so much good faith.
Right. And I think that should be towards your end, because I don't want the Xbox to be in the middle. That's just going to take too long. You should go game. Then towards the end, talk about the Xbox, followed by one more. Here's the gameplay of what Halo Infinite looks like.
And not to mention, the thing that sold Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, it was the gameplay, the single-player gameplay, the story, and at the very last, the multiplayer.
Okay.
The multiplayer, I mean, it didn't feel tacked on. It was still polished, but it was the gameplay and the story.
Yeah.
It was like I stayed with it through Halo 3 because I wanted to see how everything ended.
Okay.
So, yes.
Anything in the middle that you guys want to say?
I think in the with the middle with Xbox or with Microsoft, they should expand more on their backwards compatibility.
Okay.
I think they should go hard. They seemed like they were going hard at it last year and the year before last, but it kind of just wavered off. I think they should start like, hey, all 360 games or 99% of 360 games and 90% of Xbox original games. That would be good as well.
I would like an indie reel again. When they did the indie reel the first time, when they first did the indie reel a long time ago, I loved it because that's when Cuphead first got shown.
Yes.
And secretly, everybody was wondering, like, what is that game in this reel? The game was so fast. It's like, what's this beautiful game? I want an indie reel where I get that shock, like, what is that game?
Okay.
And so I would like to see another indie reel from them because I think they're trying to get back to the arcade Xbox thing, like back in the 360s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so just like that one game below that secretly kind of went out the door, but I want them to focus more on that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Xbox Live.
Yeah. What about you?
That's
Anything in the middle?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Let's go to our next one. Nintendo. Nintendo. Jaron, what do you start out first? What do you think Nintendo should open up with?
Honestly, I think they should open up with Animal Crossing.
Okay.
I want to see. Now I know it's like Animal Crossing. No, open up with Animal Crossing because there is an audience for that. There is an audience for that, and then follow up with one of your big IPs like more video of Pokemon.
See, since now June 5th is the Pokemon Direct, I don't think Pokemon's going to be one of the major flagships for that anymore since they're getting a direct one for themselves. True. They're doing a lot of stuff to get main stuff out of the way. Like, it's becoming a mystery. Like, what are they going to show?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, they will show, and they've proven with their directs, I didn't think I would say it, but sometimes they can show almost too much.
Right.
But I think with their Pokemon Direct, they can show the main meat. But I think with with E3, they should go more harder on the Sword and Shield.
Okay.
Like, you see a little bit at the Direct, but then you really get into the meat and potatoes of Sword and Shield.
I think they should open up with a Smash Brothers announcing a new character and just get it out of the way.
Okay.
All right.
Just get it out of the way so we can focus on the rest of it because a new announcement is coming for the Smash Brothers.
If it's going to be a new character, it needs to be like a very, very much a desired
Rumor
character.
has it a Dragon Quest character was announced as part of that lineup.
So no Waluigi then.
No, I don't think Waluigi's ever coming. I don't care what anybody. There was rumors of him, the Dragon Quest, I think from the first one or the third one, and then Rayman. That's the two rumors I've been hearing about.
Rayman.
Okay. Rayman fits that Smash Brothers to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you got Duck Hunt and Game & Watch, then
right.
Yeah.
Right. And Ubisoft deserves to have a character. They've been supportive of Nintendo for a very long time. They deserve something from them.
They love Nintendo at their worst, so they deserve them at their best.
Yeah, right. But I think they should open up with a Smash Brothers character just to get it out of the way. Show us like a mysterious castle, and then maybe the Dragon Quest characters coming in or something like that. I think that would be that'd be a really cool opener.
They might do something Splatoon related since they're having their tournaments at E3, Smash and Splatoon. So maybe it might be Smash and Splatoon. They kind of loop that in together.
What about you, Curtis?
I'd like to see some Ultimate Alliance 3. Open with that.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's coming out in like a month and a half, 2 months.
You think they'll open up with that though? The Marvel Alliance though? I don't think that's one of their strongest ones.
I think it would be more in the middle. But
okay.
They better come with a mad killer feature though.
Mm-hmm.
Because knowing Nintendo, they like to really hit you like, where is this going kind of hit. You know what I mean? So like when sometimes when they do their Smash Brothers, you don't even know it's a Smash Brothers until they do something. Like when they did Animal Crossing and Isabelle got announced, like, is this a new Animal Crossing? Oh, Isabelle got accepted to Smash Bros. Did not see that coming.
And then they announced the new Animal Crossing.
Yeah. So you just don't see where it's going. I know Animal Crossing is going to be in the middle of it all. We all saw that coming. But I think that's why I think Smash Bros. Is going to hurry up and get out of the way so they can focus on that.
Yeah. They might show some town. They might open up with town.
You could be right.
Yeah, I mean,
or a Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Or an announcement at least.
Bayonetta sounds like a closer or a middle to a closer, but because with Nintendo, they know more often than not they know how to end big.
Yeah,
right.
So
right, but speaking of that, what do you think they should end it with?
Oh man, okay. If they're gonna end it and they're gonna blow minds, they need to end it with either a teaser for a new Legend of Zelda game.
Which they already have Link Awakening.
Yeah, they have Link's Awakening. They already got people's attention with Link's Awakening, and I actually would like to play that. But either they need to end it with a tentpole game. So news on Metroid Prime 4.
I think we're gonna get artwork of it and maybe a little bit of like another teaser.
Yeah, maybe an update or something like
but
that.
But if they hit it with a collection, that'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or introduce. They're saying and we're bringing back this IP. Star Fox. Yeah, you thought you escaped. I told you I was going to bring Star Fox back.
I know you were.
They're going to bring Star Fox or Kid Icarus or something like that.
I think the ending is going to be, and maybe this is going to be a guess, maybe retro secret game they've been working on. I think maybe they'll end it with a retro game because retro's been gone for a while. Then we get an announcement that they're doing Metroid. What the hell were they doing this whole time? Where have they been doing? We don't know. That's why I want to see a retro game. Now, there was a canceled retro game way back on the GameCube. Maybe that's up and for I don't know. But Retro's been working on something. I don't care if it's a new Donkey Kong game, but like Retro's been working on something for so many years. What the hell have they been working on? Ooh. That's what I think it should end it with.
Donkey Kong game would be interesting. Mm-hmm. And they go back not exactly like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze or whatever, but along that vein.
Yeah, but the problem is though, like, is Donkey Kong strong enough to be a good ending for people? Like Donkey Kong's always been a mixed bag for people. It's a great game, but it's not like it would have to. Oh my god, I got to get it for this.
It would have to capture the imagination like Donkey Kong Country originally did. So they're gonna have to add. I'm not going to say gimmick, but they would have to add something.
So don't make it yarn.
Oh, God. Don't make it yarn. Don't make it cardboard. I like that. But leave the arts and crafts to Yoshi and Kirby.
Okay.
But they would have to make it something like, okay, this is what the Switch was meant for. I don't even know, but it would have to do something to just blow everybody away. But they could do it with Donkey Kong.
Okay.
So, So, yeah, I mean, there's that.
Okay. Curtis, anything?
No.
Okay. All right. Ubisoft. So Ubisoft, they're crazy. So I'll go ahead and nick this in the bud. I think it's going to open up with a Ghost Recon.
Yeah, probably.
I think no, they won't because they just did a special recording for that. I don't think they would add that as more of an opening to me. You know what? I'll take a chance. I think it's going to open up with Beyond Good and Evil, just to kind of show everybody like it still exists. This is what it does.
Oh yeah, that announcement.
Status.
Yeah. And then I'll go ahead and end it with Assassin's Creed: The Viking one they've been talking about. I think that's going to be the closer.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say they close with Splinter Cell and open with.
You think Splinter Cell's coming, huh?
It's been too long. Splinter Cell. They've been kind of teasing at it, and I think they're going to open with probably some division updates.
I think that's going to be in the middle. 2. I think in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think they're really going to be smart enough to have a strong opening?
I think so. Okay, let's be honest here. Every opening has always been a Just Dance. Let's just get that out of the way. It's always been a celebration. It's always been just so it could be just Dance again.
Just Dance. 2020 available on Wii.
People,
Wii U,
people are still buying it. That's amazing. So they have the right to have that as an intro. They always go out with a bang. So Just Dance has always been a bang for that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the one, but it'd be kind of cool if they change it up.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, you don't want to do that and then you have a giant celebration in the middle of the show. It's either Just Dance at the beginning or not.
Actually, that would be their opening, a big dance number.
Probably.
Just Dance.
Probably.
And you can't say the rhythm genre is dead because we get Just Dance every year.
Right. It's on mobile now. Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them. Yeah.
So yeah.
But what do you think is going to end it with, though?
I mean, I have a firm belief Splinter Cell is going to come rock.
You think it is? Okay.
Assassin's Creed. We're going to think it's the end with Assassin's Creed Vikings, and then we're going to hear Sam Fisher talk some shit.
Okay. Well, Curtis, anything you want to add into that?
I'd end it with Prince of Persia. That'd be...
You think it's going to open it or end it?
Ooh.
I think I would end it.
If it's Prince of Persia, I will say thank you.
It doesn't have some Assassin's Creed type controls,
right.
Yeah,
that would be amazing if they did that. But I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, I mean, Sands of Time and Two Thrones and Warrior Within. That was probably the quintessential Prince of Persia. The relaunch of it was, thumbs down.
Right.
Yeah.
I was not feeling it. I took that back to. Was Blockbuster around? No, I took that back to Family Video. No, Blockbuster. It was Blockbuster.
Okay.
Took that back to Blockbuster and dropped that in the drop-off.
Nice.
So,
okay. All right. Square Enix. Curtis, you come on, man. What do you think they're going to open up with? Come on, man. You know, you're gonna say it.
So much.
I really want to say Final Fantasy VII.
They already revealed it, so they might as well go ahead and open it up first. That's what I think they should do. Just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
That's what the people want to see first. They don't care
More
about anybody
details.
anything else.
We're supposed to give details in June. They said more.
There
reveal
are
in June.
so many rumors
probably at their
flying
conference
around about that game. I would nip it in the butt like at the beginning of the show. Just here's the facts. Just
get
here's
it out
what
of the
looks
way.
like. I'd even show some gameplay of the open world.
Yeah, because I'm afraid if you put it at the end, I think as a mind viewer, no one's going to really care about the other ones because they were like, I want Final Fantasy. If you get it out of the way, it gets out of people's system, then they'll worry about everything else if they care to continue watching it. So it's a double-edged sword.
I mean,
there's strings to opening with it, and there's also strings to ending with it because you build up. I would end with it because you're building up so much hype of like, you guys said June. It is June. It is E3. You have your own conference.
Right.
Like, honestly, though, the more I talk about it, I'm thinking I would rather end with it.
I disagree. I'd rather say open it. I think that's what people want. That's what they demand. And during the comment, people are going to say, where's Final Fantasy VII? Where's Final Fantasy VII?
they're going to call an audible. They're going to do it in the middle. I think they're going to do it in the middle.
Okay.
It's unorthodox. It'll throw people for a loop. You know,
Wasn't the announcement in the middle of Sony's conference like 3 years ago?
Yeah, and then on their state of play, they mentioned it at the very beginning, and then they talked about it at the end. I don't want them to do that again. That's cool, but I don't want that. By the way, I want to apologize. They did a compare video of the new trailer and the other one, a little different. So I apologize for that because I was like, okay, the coloring looks a little bit different, the gameplay looks a little different. I apologize for that.
One of the funniest,
still episodic. Not happy about that. Go on.
of the funniest jokes Total Biscuit made about the Final Fantasy reveal was like, oh my gosh, whose dog did you run over to have to be on stage after that trailer?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you do not want to follow that. I think if they do it in the middle, I will not be terribly surprised. If they do it at the end, I think they need to end it with, oh, and by the way, we're converting Advent Children movie into playable gameplay. Boom, you're welcome.
Then when are they going to open with then?
I think
if you're going to do that, then I think it has to open with Avengers. If you're going to do that, let's get this
they
rumor
are
story
doing
out the window.
Marvel's
And
Avengers Square for somehow they're doing Marvel's Avengers. I don't know how the hell they're going.
I think it happened. I think that was happening before all the stuff got locked down deals and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
mean, I think if they're going to do it, they should open with Avengers because I'm curious about it.
Have they gone into detail about the additions to Dragon Quest XI for the Switch?
The definitive. I think they did that beginning of this year.
See, I think that's going to be in the middle. I think
That
the
would
Dragon
be-
Quest is
That'll
going to be
probably
in
be
the
a
middle.
reminder.
I
Yeah,
think it's going to be
with
that with Kingdom Hearts updates.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be in the middle.
Is it bad? I'm not at all feeling anything for Kingdom Hearts 3 at all. I don't know why. I just don't feel.
I
anything
stopped.
for it.
I dead dropped that game. I have a save file and I just can't. I picked up Dragon Quest XI. I was so fed up with 3.
Do you think it's because do you think it's because it just took so long to finally get to that and just lost his love that you wanted it so much and it didn't live up what you
It
want?
was built up.
Yeah.
I mean, I was not the Kingdom Hearts person. Brandy's the Kingdom Hearts person, and she was playing through. You know, when they re-released them, the older games.
Yeah,
she's playing through the ones on the PS3 1.5 and 2.5, and then they did 2.8. And you know, yes, they built it up too much. They built it up too much. They have so many properties that came out between the end of 2 and 3. That they could incorporate, and they just built it up.
It wouldn't
way too
surprise me
much.
in the middle they announced DLC. Like, here's a new world they're going to add to. That's where they're going to start milking it. Watch Robin Hood. The world I really want is going to be behind a DLC wall, and I'm going to be pissed.
I mean, it could be the worlds I've always wanted and always dreamt of, and I'm still going to be like, meh.
Probably.
But that's personal opinion.
Then what is it going to end with? Like, if I don't think it's Final Fantasy, but I'm trying to think what they ended that will just. But then again, Square Enix is not really good at ending their shows regardless. Their shows is only like 20 minutes, and
So-
it's like, well, take it as it is. We're out.
Are we talking about established and we know it's in progress, or are we taking a stab in the total dark?
At this point, Square Enix, I don't know, man. I know that the indie game they're talking about, I forgot, it started with an O.
Octopath?
No,
Oh.
that already came out. That's coming out for PC. It's
I
another.
figure they do it.
It's the same company it's the same developers that did I Am Sura and Lost Sphere. That studio. Ooh. They're doing another one. I know they're going to talk more about that, but I don't think it's going to be. I think maybe it's just going to be a brand new RPG.
Final Fantasy Tactics Returns.
Oh, you want that?
I don't know. It would be interesting.
I think it's going to be just a brand new, off the wall. No one knows about this in one. I think that's going to be
troll us with like another what was that Final Fantasy fighting game?
Dissidia.
Yeah, watch them troll us with another Dissidia.
If they have the goals and they announce a teaser to 16, Final Fantasy 16, if they have the goals to do that, then it's like, don't you do that. You work on 7. Don't you dare throw another Final Fantasy in my face.
You finish 15 DLC that you cancel. You do that. I don't know. Yes, finish 7 remake. At this point, 7 remakes are going to come out when it's going to come out.
Yeah. Okay. EA. Woo! EA is just everywhere. I think the first thing they should open up personally is the Star Wars. Let's just get that out and open.
Oh, the Fallen Order?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and open with that. I'm sure we'll have some Madden and some FIFA. And
in the middle they're going to discuss the Anthem fiasco. They got to.
You think they're going to discuss it as a?
No, they're going to talk about like more's on the way.
So they're not going to discuss address it, or
I don't think they're going to address like, hey, sorry, we screwed you over. I'm just like, hey, here's our roadmap of what's coming up
next. They already
next.
confirmed there is an update. They finally broke radio silence this week, with an update to Anthem. But I played my little bit of Anthem, and I'm done.
Yeah, I understand that completely. I guess I'm representing the people that are sticking with it, and they just want answers. Just like Bethesda needs to talk about 76. That needs to be addressed. Both of them have to address this issue on their video. Especially EA has video. You can address this and not get reactions, crowds booing you or anything like that. This is your chance to really just tell us what your roadmap, what the future is. Now, I never play Anthem. I'm not interested in Anthem. But Fallout 76, I do feel sorry for people that they had to make the game fun. Not Bethesda making it fun. So they need to address on either they got AIs coming back and they're going to actually make it more traditional. I don't know. It needs to be addressed to that. That's what I think they should do. But for EA, I think they should open up with the Star Wars. And then at the end, they need to open up with another mystery game that we don't know about. But I don't know who the studio is because they shut down every studio every 2 years.
Yeah, they are cannibalizing.
Sorry, that's a shot.
No, it's a fair shot.
Shots well deserved.
EA shot themselves. We're just pointing out the gunshot wounds. Yeah, they cannibalize any of the studios. It's hard to really judge. It's like, I mean, maybe we'll get something from BioWare.
Okay, they'll end it with Dragon Age.
Okay.
Dragon Age 4. I think they'll end it with that. Because they announced it last year that it was in development. This is their chance to show it. That has to be their headliner.
Hey, guys, here's why Mass Effect Andromeda sucked and Anthem sucked.
Yeah.
We're working on Dragon Age 4.
But at least Dragon Age was always been like a solo adventure. It never tried to do what Mass Effect was trying to do and all that stuff. So, and Dragon Age, to me, they might have a chance. I don't know who the developers are going to be. Maybe it's BioWare coming back for it. I'm not 100%.
Main BioWare guys, but their big talent already left the studio.
See, I don't know. But if I was a presenter there, Dragon Age has to be my closer.
Okay.
Because that's the game that's going to go for that gen and probably the next gen.
Yeah. I mean,
regardless if it's good or bad, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It's about how I present it. It's like, you guys been waiting for Dragon Age. I need to show you. Regardless if you hate it, I got to show it to you.
Yeah, no, that would make sense. EA.
You know, actually, I take that back in Nintendo. I think they shouldn't open up with Smash Brothers. I think they should open up with that rumor saying Witcher 3 is coming out for it.
Ooh. Well,
there's a rumor that Witcher 3 might get announced.
Oh yeah,
That's what they should open up because I want to see how the hell you're going to put that game in that Switch.
Best Buy.
Because you got to cut some stuff down, man.
Yeah.
You got to cut some stuff down for that game.
Yeah.
And if you can wear the Zelda tunic in it, oh man, don't get me started. Anyways, okay, back to EA.
Witcher
All right,
none of the DLC. It's not the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt complete. That would piss people off.
But no, Dragon Age I think has to be the ending because Jedi has to be the beginning of it because that's the one that's coming soon. But Dragon Age might be a next.
Yeah.
Because now that Anthem's doing bad, I know Dragon Age is definitely staying back for some development. They're not going to rush that out.
And they're probably going to toss some more stuff, pumping up their Origin and their EA Access platform.
Right.
Because they're really trying to get the games as a service thing going.
Right.
So
now,
we might see another Sims game.
Right. Ooh, that'd be a good one.
I have mixed feelings.
Right. Now, if they didn't shut out Visceral, I would love for them to surprise with another Dead Space into the mix.
Yeah.
Or someone take the helm over there and do it.
Or Dante's Inferno.
Dante Inferno. Whatever, man. That was good for one swing around. All right.
Oh, man.
Not a bad game, but there's nothing else you could do with Dante.
Punny. Very punny.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm hard pressed to think of anything else that EA would legitimately just pull out of their hat.
The same here.
Well, of course, in the middle, I think you're getting your sports stuff. Sports is always in the middle.
Yeah.
With an update with Battlefield. What they're going to add with Battlefield.
Yeah, Battlefield.
Yep.
I actually legitimately forgot about that.
Dude, that game went dark. I was hyped for it. I still want to get it, but man, I'm just not feeling it right now.
Firestorm is doing all right, but
yeah. So okay, well, we got Bethesda, and then we got State of Play.
Doom Eternal.
You think
Bethesda's
they should open up with Doom?
They should open up.
You think they
Bethesda
should open up with
should
Doom?
with Doom
That's
Eternal.
a good pick.
Doom Eternal. I already got it pre-ordered.
That's a good
open
pick.
it up with Doom Eternal, then like maybe a reminder about Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Ooh, that's a good one too. I will agree with you on Doom Eternal because I think that's all they got in the chamber.
They got the
They have
Wolfenstein
Elder
Youngblood.
Scrolls.
Well, because they
Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls. That was a bad idea last year to me to show that. That was just too much because they already announced Starfield might not even show up.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be their headliner. That's
Wait,
supposed to
wait, what?
Starfield. Yeah,
Really?
Starfield. Well, Starfield was supposed to be okay. So you have your apocalypse, you have your medieval. Now they're trying to do something with space.
Okay.
So Starfield was supposed to be that next one. They showed it. They didn't show anything, but they just announced it, and that was supposed to be their next lineup. And then they said Elder Scrolls next. So Starfield, I heard, is not even showing up at this. It's like, well, what else you got? Rage 2 is out.
They're probably
Rage 2 is already out.
Yeah, Rage 2 is out. They're probably going to pump up their Elder Scrolls Online elsewhere.
You think a Prey 2 might get announced or a Dishonored?
Dishonored, maybe. I'll put it this way: I will hope for Elder Scrolls if they make a new engine. Get off that old.
I'm going against that. There's
engine.
no way they're going to show Elder Scrolls before Starfield. There's no way in hell they're going to show that. There's no way. That's a slap in the face for people that want to see Starfield. Yes, people love Elder Scrolls 6, but they know damn well that is going to be so far away. Why show it now? They even announced it was not until like 2020 or something like that.
Yeah.
Why show it now? Waste our time?
Get ready to have your cheeks reddened by a slap. I'm sure they're going to find some way
right.
to do
Meanwhile, enjoy this remaster of 76.
Okay. I almost spat my water out right there.
Right? No. Doom is a good choice as the opener to me. Starfield, if it was, I hope they lie. I hope they fake it because that needs to be the ending.
Okay.
Because I love when Todd comes out and explains the whole game, the world, and everything. That's the fun part of it. Todd can talk. I like when Todd talks.
If as long as he gets people hyped. Yeah, that's the thing. When you present
Heinz is
any
good.
game,
Heinz good too.
Yeah, hype people for it. Hype them. So
right. But I can't think of what other franchises they have under their belt that they can put out. You know what I mean?
See, Bethesda. I think actually, you know what I'm hard pressed to think of any other good.
I mean, maybe they can bring out a new idea, a new franchise idea, a new game or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, dude.
Yeah, at this point, they probably need to pull out another IP, or they might just say in the first 3 Doom games. No, Quake.
Well, don't forget now they had that free-to-play Quake that came out.
Wipe a monkey's ass with that. I want to see an actual mainline Quake and some actual Quake deathmatch action. To hell with that. Oh, Quake Online. I played that Quake live long enough.
Now, I do think in the middle they will talk about more expansion of what they're going to do with Elder Scrolls Online. I think that's going to happen no matter what. I think that's
yeah.
Regardless. I love when you say like well, it's not to you.
Well,
stop acting like it's towards you.
I tried Elder Scrolls Online. I played with some guys, some of my friends on there. It's okay. It's okay.
Right.
It's okay. It has its audience there. That's my diplomatic.
Yeah. I mean, it's their World of Warcraft in some sort of way, right? So
yeah,
but no, dude, it's gonna be that one's gonna be the most interesting one because I don't know because last year was a surprise that Avalanche Studios did come and do Rage 2, and no one knew Rage 2 was coming. So I don't know, maybe they have something in their chamber we just don't know about. So that's gonna be interesting to see what the else they got.
They can throw it. They can just pull anything right out of. They could, their backlog, their IP of all IPs they own. They could pull anything out.
Right, or that stuff can be saved for QuakeCon. So let's get to our last one before we get to our predictions. This is going to be State of Play. So we believe, maybe you disagree. I believe that maybe State of Play will make a special appearance just for a surprise or something like that. Maybe not. We don't know. But if they did, is there any games that you you would like to see them just throw out there. Now, Last of Us already got kind of told like 2020. That's the rumor right now. It's been delayed.
Yeah.
Death Stranding has already been shown.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's November 20th, I believe.
No, yeah, I think it's mid-November. Yeah.
Yeah. So like Medieval is October 10th or October 30th. One of the Medieval. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming around just in time for Halloween.
So is there anything else you think they would just surprise people with?
Surprise.
Yeah, it's like anything that pops on top of your head of maybe.
I mean, it would be just in time for the announcement of the Twisted Metal TV show.
You think they're going to throw out a Twisted Metal?
I think with the technology, if they rebuilt this engine from the ground up, they could make a really badass Twisted Metal game.
Man, there is a cult following for that, but man, I guess
They've
Black
really
left a
screwed
lot of
the
bad
pooch.
taste in people's mouths. The black one.
Yeah, they screwed the pooch on like the last 2 or 3 Twisted Metal games. Twisted Metal 2 was probably the pinnacle. And after that, it just,
Dude, I haven't played this game yet, and I do need to play just so I can play. Wouldn't it be amazing if they just said, here's Legend of Dragoon 2?
I think you and like about 20 other people were really hoping for that.
I never played it. I'm speaking for those people. I speak for the trees. I'm the Lorax of video games.
I played it. I played a little bit of it. I liked it. It didn't keep me. It pulled me in, but I should not be able to call out your role-playing game tropes.
Can't bump this, man. Give me
away.
Gex. Bring the Gex back, man. Bring Gex.
You think Crystal Dynamics are going to bring Crystal Dynamics and bring Gex in?
Bring him in, man. For this new generation, Gex doing selfies, doing quotes from other stuff. He is a walking, TV program.
I mean, Dana Gould's still alive.
Yeah.
They could go ahead and do it. No, I think if Sony's going to pull anything out, I'm still standing by Twisted Metal. But I think they're going to probably announce maybe some more God of War, like side stories or side quests. Because there's a lot they left on the table.
Okay. Real talk, I think maybe they might surprise us with a little teaser of an Horizon Dawn 2. I think there's going to be a little teaser of that.
I'm interested to see where they go with the story.
I liked the first one a lot. I thought it was good.
It was great.
Have you had a chance to play Curtis?
A little bit of it.
Yeah. Did you enjoy what you played?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So I think 2 for a teaser would be nice.
Yeah.
There's
more to be revealed at PX or something like that. I don't know.
I mean I'll save this part for the whole hopes and predictions part. But yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn 2. There's a lot on there's a lot that they could go with, but the main story or the mystery's done of that world and how that world got that way. I guess from there I don't think they should go back to Aloy. Aloy should not be the main character.
You don't want Aloy to come back?
No, it's not that I don't want her to come back. I think her story and her journey was done.
Completed.
Yeah,
I can give you that.
Her journey is
But gosh,
done.
she was such a good character, too.
No,
That's the bad part about it.
And she was a badass. And she was one of the few that was comfortable using the technology like that. But I think now that she's revealed that she's made those changes in the world and her name is known all over that particular area.
Where do you go?
Yeah, they could easily have another character rise up. They can have a time jump, later.
They could.
You could have it in a whole nother continent. Because remember, that was taking place around like a mixture of Utah, Nevada.
Yeah, we don't know what's happening. Something else can happen at the same time that happening, so we can get another story that's happening at the same time. Yeah, that can work.
Another story. I hope they don't do the cop out of this happening during that.
You don't want that? Okay.
I'm a little bit. Here's where I go entitled with as far as a consumer of stories. I want the next story. I don't want here's what's happening meanwhile. Unless it's cleverly told.
Yeah.
I want to know what happens next. That's how I was with the Goonies. That's how I was with Lost Boys. What happens next, damn it.
Okay.
So, but that's
okay.
Me.
All right. So, Curtis, you have any guesses on state of play? Maybe what do you think they should open up with anything?
Kind of just what you guys were talking about. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go to a prediction. Then after that, we got a special segment with Curtis. He's going to tell us some of his favorite E3 moments that he enjoyed. And then we got to wrap it up. So, predictions. The way it works is we have 2 predictions because, we didn't have to... Look, we could be here for a whole new episode if we had a prediction for every single one. So we just, give me 2 that you think... It doesn't matter which conference. And in a pie in the sky. And so, Curtis, let's start with you, buddy. 1 prediction. We'll go around.
There will be a release date for 7.
Okay.
And I think it'll be end of this year.
Ooh. That's pretty daring.
Captain Optimism.
The first episode you think is coming out this year?
I think so.
Okay, all right.
Oh man,
I'm going to challenge that.
Okay.
I think it's going to be January 2020, just like they did Kingdom Hearts. I think that they're going to begin that year.
like January, February.
I think that's the one, so it can go through the whole year. Then maybe episode 2 will be in the fall. Start out the beginning strong that year. Anyways, that's. Go on.
I think Sony is going to actually announce a hard release, not a price point, but a release date for their PS5.
Okay.
Do you have a guess on the price?
Oh, if they make it anywhere above three, I think if they're smart to make it $350 to $399. Anything above that, it's a non-starter. You have the PlayStation 3 all over again.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
Now, this kind of bleeds into the next. If they're going to get people hyped because specs have already leaked and they've kind of not denied it, backwards compatibility, not just 4 is confirmed. I want backwards compatibility further. They need that is how they're going
to like 2.
I'm saying to 2 to 1. I mean, if you can get to 2, you can get 1.
Okay.
If they're going to take on Microsoft and all those studios that Microsoft has in their back pocket that they're prepping for the next gen, then they need to come correct and they need to do backwards compatible. They need to bring in. It's like, hey, we know that you guys are out there. Bring your PlayStation 4 games. Bring your 3. Bring your, hell, we'll put a slot in so you can play those Vita games, all 30 of you. I think if they go...
What bed you sleeping on? I like what you're dreaming over there.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if they're going with the Cadillac, they should go with the Cadillac of PlayStation 5 and actually just pull people in, because that's what's going to get everybody hyped.
Would you be okay with a $449 price point at that point then?
I think if they're going to do that...
With a 2 terabyte hard drive?
I think
that's not that bad. That sounds pretty good.
That's not terrible.
Sounds delicious.
I will compromise with you.
Okay.
We're gonna have 2 price points. We're gonna have $350 for your PlayStation 5 and base PlayStation 4 backwards compatibility.
Okay.
But then you have your kind of like
Elite
the PS4 Pro.
or Deluxe.
Your enthusiast. You're gonna go $450.
Okay.
You're gonna go $450. I would start putting away my money now if they did that. I was like, all right, I'm in. I'll go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not splitting the market.
Mm-hmm.
No. Everybody can still get on the bandwagon, but for those enthusiasts who want a little bit more, that's where they can go to.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Awesome. That's actually not a bad idea. That could work. I just don't. I know they always have issues with like different SKUs and all that crap. So that's the problem
and
too.
That's the thing. That's how you just keep it simple, because they're already talking about 8K support. Diminishing returns. You're at the point of law of diminishing returns at this point.
Okay.
You do not need to start splitting hairs any further. Your base SKU and then your enthusiast SKU. Done.
Okay. You don't think they're ever going to do an all digital console like Xbox rumor has it with Scarlet, right? Do you think they'll do anything like that?
They're sitting back and they're seeing what the Xbox One SAD edition is doing, and it's not doing too well.
Right.
But they're going to sit back. I mean, Xbox One SAD edition is a tangent, but I think they would have done better if they did it 150 to 200, because that would be a good secondary room console, like for streaming your content, like Netflix, streaming your games. That would be a good bedroom console or a guest room console. But to try and sell is like, hey, for those who are too late getting on, here's all digital. Get the hell out of here. You got a lot of Xbox One games that are physical.
Okay.
Hey, no. They're going to sit back. There's going to be a wait and see on that one.
Okay. I think that we will get a preview of Obsidian's new game for the Xbox exclusive. That's going to be a sci-fi RPG game. No, a medieval RPG game, since they already did Outer World. That's coming out for multi-platform.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're going to do something they're going to try to get their own Elder Scroll or something adventure in their library. That's what I think.
Well, yeah, you gotta get that exclusive, Yeah, because actually Microsoft not known. I don't know for RPG.
There's 2 things that Spencer wants, and he wants a horror series and he wants an adventure series. So my other prediction connected to that would be we will get an Uncharted style game strictly for the Xbox, like their rendition of Uncharted, their character for that.
It has to be. They're going to have to hit the best beats, and it's going to have to be super different. Uncharted has gobbled up almost every slice of idea pizza.
Right.
Because so yeah, I actually look forward to seeing what they can come up with.
Right.
With that,
I don't think it's going to be like an Indiana Jones style. I think it's going to be their own thing. It's just going to have that same gameplay mechanics.
Adventure.
Yeah, yeah, and I think they're going to go more blockbuster hit. Like, now, don't get me wrong, Uncharted is blockbuster hit. I mean, hell, the motorcycle scene in 4.
Yeah.
Going through that was pretty dang awesome
But
on that
you don't
point.
want it to be just a set piece fest, though.
No.
Right.
I'm thinking more of it's just going to be a little bit more spectacular to me. I don't know why. I just feel like it's not going to be any jump, but it's still going to be action packed. I can't tell you.
Maybe more of the Uncharted 4, the Africa section where it's kind of open world,
The
but
wild.
yeah, it's more. Maybe I could see them going more open world narrative, but without those trappings of open world. Oh, go unlock this section, this random mini mission that doesn't really seem to matter. I think if they were able to hit that balance of open world with the adventure Tomb Raider Uncharted aspect,
Right.
that would.
And I think it's not going to be the partnership, because I think that's where Uncharted really stands out, is the partnership with somebody rolling with you, walking with you. I think they're trying to may stay away from that, because then that's too much Uncharted. I think they're going to have that one hero with a really awesome cast. Yeah. And I think the main character needs to be a little bit more goofier than Nathan. Yeah, Nathan. Nathan is goofy, but he's serious. I think this guy. See, I think I want this game to be wacky. I want the
Not
character
so serious.
Yeah, I want this character he's still having fun when it's time to get serious. Time to get serious. But unlike, it's funny because Nathan is more of, he's funny because bad things comes to him. Mm-hmm. This character, I want what he does cause bad things.
If they're going to do that, put that shit in the future. Put it in space. You have all these other worlds you can open
work.
up.
I'm imagining Voss as a good guy.
Yeah.
I mean, think of it this way: you have your open world, you have your ship, you have your crew. You can still talk to, you can still interact with, you can build your story there. You go to different worlds, and you have every planet is its own Uncharted kind of game.
Could be.
Yeah.
It could work.
And then you can implement your different,
Or okay, if I had to pick an era, maybe the 1920s would be cool. Like a Uncharted style, but set in the 1920s. And see what you can do with that for the action pack and everything like that.
Yeah,
It's just an idea. I don't know.
1920s accurate history, or are we talking alternate history steampunk crap?
No steampunk.
Steampunk's dead.
No, I like steampunk, but it doesn't fit for that.
Okay,
It doesn't fit that.
All right. And as far as horror, what are you thinking? Classic horror, gothic horror, psychological horror?
I think it's going to be a first-person psychological horror.
Okay.
Yeah, their writers are going to have to dig deep.
They're not going to step in the Resident Evil realm.
They can't step in
the
the Resident Evil
the
realm.
Evil Within stuff. You can't. No,
They can't step there. They got to be careful with Outlast.
they need to do a horror, but BioShock style, but make it more horror. You lost, you lost in Dark
survival
City, the
horror,
movie. You lost in this Dark City.
I mean, but are you going to do a survival horror where you have to use your wits, or are you going to be armed?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's a good question.
Cause you got to be careful because you're dipping into Outlast territory versus Resident Evil 7.
No, I kind of wanted you have guns and weapons and melees and stuff like that, but you're in. It's kind of like you're trapped in a nightmare or
Maybe
something
they'll get
like
an
that.
exclusive deal with Fear. New Fear game.
That's Warner Brothers, so you have to talk to them about that. So
Yeah, be like, hey, Warner Brothers exclusive. Time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's mine. Okay, second predictions. Curtis.
Going back to 7, I think they'll announce how many parts there are.
Do you think they're going to straight out tell you how many episodes?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it would. Well, okay. When they had their preview trailer, that raised so many questions of this is going to be a multi-game event. This is going to be, or they used the term episodic at that time instead of multi-game. The more you squeezed information out of them, each episode is going to be think of Final Fantasy 13, that trilogy. They're going to be their own individual games. Well, 7's a lot. That is a huge world. I would I don't know. It just made so many details. I think it would be very wise of them.
But you don't think they're setting up for a big fall if they don't commit to those to the stuff they said? You don't think they're going to set themselves up? I'm not trying to challenge you. I'm just kind of curious.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I like that viewpoint. But it would end a lot. At that point, it would put to bed a lot of concern. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Square is at the point where it's like they don't need. They know they got your money.
That is true.
That's the thing. They know they have your money.
Right.
At that point, so I think I'm going to go split halfsies with it. I think they're going to announce the release date of the first episode, and they're going to say how many episodes it will be, but they're not going to commit themselves.
Yeah.
Or they're going to stretch this out and say it's going to be a yearly. Each episode.
Okay.
Annually.
I could
Annually.
do that.
If they're smart, they're gonna say each episode is going to be like 40 hours minimum.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Jaron,
that would be a good.
what you got, buddy?
I think Microsoft is going to announce a closer partnership with Sega.
Ooh.
I mean,
Like, what do you mean? Like, work on a game or trying to buy them?
no, they're not going to buy Sega.
Okay.
God. Knock on wood. No, they're not going to.
That's a huge win.
But I think because Sega has been, so we all know the Sega the mini Genesis is coming out.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, the great games.
We'll talk about that
announced.
later. Go on.
Yeah. It's like I loved it when I bought it the first time. But I think they're going because Sega could do all these games like these Dreamcast games, Saturn games, everything. I think they're going to team with Microsoft. Microsoft's going to try and either get timed exclusivity or exclusive.
And what game do you think they'll bring out from Sega over there? Their library?
They have such a deep library. Well, okay, maybe not deep on the Saturn. Deep library, Dreamcast and Saturn combined, they could bring a lot of stuff.
Now, remember back in the first Xbox, most of the Sega games went over there. You had Jet Set Radio. You had Crazy Taxi 3.
Panzer Dragoon Orta.
Yeah. Now, rumor has it there was a new Panzer Dragoon coming out. They were rebooting it or something. Now, I don't know if they're going the RPG way or traditional. I don't know. And Xbox did come out with that one Dragon game.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
And, I mean, Xbox was really the spiritual successor to the Dreamcast.
Maybe a little Phantasy Star.
Yeah. Oh, man. Don't tease me like that. That would be.
You're the one that want to put them together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, that would be a cute baby. They'd make a cute baby like Xbox, Microsoft, and Sega. Phantasy Star. They would be like, Microsoft, Sega, Phantasy Star, bitches, and drop the mic. And then just walk off. It's like Phantasy Star Online coming back. Boom. That could be their killer multiplayer or single player app right there. Okay. That'll get people to the next gen.
Okay.
So I could see that. It means it won't happen, but I could see that. Sega hasn't decided they like money enough yet.
Right. Maybe you finally get a Yakuza over there. Because Yakuza's always been the PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they didn't decide to spread the love. I mean, they had it on Nintendo's, but they never ported it over here.
At that point, Microsoft and Nintendo have been teasing about flirting together. It's almost like those celebrities you see canoodling out in public in the tabloids.
Are you together? What do you think?
Yeah. It's like, ooh, I don't know. Sony's out in the cold. No, I think we're going to see more details about their partnership because, the Xbox Live on Switch kind of thing. That we might see some more details of that. I think they're going to go in hard with that.
Okay. Nintendo and Square Enix are going to come again and do another fun exclusive for the Nintendo, just like the Octopath Traveler.
Okay.
I think they're going to come again. Octopath Traveler did wonderful. It sold a lot.
Better than they expected.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a sequel to that. I think it's just going to be another one. I couldn't tell you what it is. I couldn't tell you what it is. But I will say this though: Bayonetta 3 will be announced there. It will be, and it will be talked about. That's my prediction. The Bayonetta 3 is going to be shown there. It's been talked about since the VGAs.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think it's time to show it.
Yeah.
All
right.
Okay. Pie in the sky. So, who wants to go first on the pie in the sky?
Bayonetta 3 was mine.
You think it's pie? It's not. How is that pie in the sky? It's
Pie's already bacon.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's his pie in the sky. That's cool.
All right. I think we're going to get some. We're going to get some more. Nintendo's going to wise up, and we're going to get some more compilations on Nintendo Online. They're going to make some big announcements at increasing, the SNES this fall, N64 or SNES later this summer, N64 later this fall. Games.
I'm gonna add theme to your list too. They need themes on this.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, I've seen pictures like people doing mock-ups of what it would look like with a theme. That would just take a screenshot and you can make that your background or download themes.
My pie in the sky is Fast Racing Neo Developers. If you haven't heard that game on the Switch, it's like a an F-Zero-ish kind of really cool game. I'll have to show you after this. My prediction is they're the ones that are going to show the next F-Zero game.
Ooh.
That is a franchise that's been gathering dust.
Mm-hmm. Now, rumor has it there was a Square Enix, not Square Enix, a Star Fox and a F-Zero merge or something going with that rumor last year about it.
Let Star Fox have another go by himself.
I
Zero was a weird
I think he barrel roll his ass out of here, man.
No. Zero was a fluke, and Zero's still playable. But
Is that? Maybe port it? Maybe port that one first?
Port it and fix it?
Yeah, port it.
Fix
Yeah.
Bam, there, you got another hit game.
There you go.
Star Fox Zero Remastered, or Star Fox Zero.
Can we call it Star Fox 64-0?
I really don't like they kind of retold it. But yeah, again. But you know what? In fact, Star Fox Zero Remastered and have Crystal from Dinosaur Planet.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
But no, F-Zero, I would like to see what they do with that because, aside from Mario Kart, Nintendo doesn't really have a killer racing game.
Yeah.
And F-Zero, the last F-Zero game was what? GameCube?
Mm-hmm, GX.
That was like 2-3 generations ago.
Dude, I would just want to see how the next gen graphics with that game. That game is just so beautiful to watch.
Yeah, and we're not going to see anything else on 3DS, so they're not going to bait and switches.
No.
So
Okay. So before we wrap this all up, we have one last special segment. Actually, I might be turning this into 2 episodes. Separate them because we're going for so long. So I might split them up when I air them. Curtis has a special segment that I gave him. I told him to tell me some of his favorite E3 moments that he enjoyed watching E3 over the years. It doesn't matter what conference or whatever. So, Curtis, will you go ahead and let the listeners know your favorite E3 moments?
Some of my favorite conferences are definitely the Sony conferences. Last year was pretty weak, but the 2 before that, the God of War one with the live orchestra, you had Bear McCreary, the conductor, the composer, actually conducting the orchestra. And Sony, I don't know, the last three E3s ago focused on the arts, the visual arts, the musical arts in the games that they would advocate and advertise. God of War was very beautiful, and they actually had the live orchestra playing with it. They had a live orchestra playing through most of that conference, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they did through mostly all of it.
And they did Ghost of Tsushima last year with the guy on the
traditional flute.
Yeah, the traditional flute. I don't know why I said shamisen. That's the wrong instrument. But yeah. So
they did Horizon Zero. Horizon Zero Dawn. They did that. They did that orchestra for that one too.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's just neat incorporating those 2 mediums, because the orchestra is very behind the scenes, and just having it front and center kind of I think is very neat. The bodies hanging for Days Gone, you remember that setup?
I didn't see that one.
No. I remember the announcement. I didn't see the setup for it.
There was on the stage there was these people just hanging up like they were dead bodies essentially.
I I'll have to look at that. I did not see that.
That's probably a reason we didn't see that.
The crowd reactions to, regardless of conference, I think that's a strength to it. It gets you excited. It gets me excited too, just hearing the crowd reaction. Random fact: when they announced Twilight Princess way back when, you had people,
that was a good one,
crying,
dude. That was a
because
good
it was
one.
So beautiful,
especially when they first began. They just showed the environment. Then they saw him running on a horse, and then that's when everybody lost their minds.
Yeah, that bridge, and
that's when everybody lost their minds.
People chilled out after that whole Wind Waker.
Wind Waker was one of my favorites.
That's the thing. After the fact, it's beloved.
Yeah.
But at the time, people were pissed.
Dude, that's what I loved about it. I loved it because it was just out of nowhere. I was shocked about it. I was like, I actually was liking it. But, I understand people's reaction. I thought, what the hell is this? I want the Dark Link. But at the same time, I was like, this is new.
Exactly.
This is shocking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nintndo's like, yeah, I know. Take your medicine. You'll feel better later. We promise.
Right.
My favorite conferences, too, is when I don't know, this is my opinion, the less talking there is, it's just game after game after game. It creates it gets you in the mood. It's like, man, that looks good.
Show, don't tell.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And the most frustrating thing is a playable... it's not even playable. It's just a cutscene. It's the whole Watch Dogs thing of like, that looks gorgeous, but what's it gonna look like? I know it's not gonna play like that.
Yeah.
It's
once again, Ubisoft's
beautifully rendered cutscene.
Yeah, that does suck.
Watch Dogs in general was it was a lot of wasted potential.
Second one I heard is good, but I think the first one's just that fire was still lit. People were still like staying away from it.
Yeah. I haven't even played the second. I beat the first one. Haven't even played or touched the second. I could probably get it for $5 this summer.
It's on sale on Steam right now. I think like $7 as I speak.
There you go.
By the time you listen to this, it's probably not anymore.
And if you're gonna have someone talk, be creative. Have some fun with it. Get people in the mood. The Crash Bandicoot HD remake, when the guy comes out and the silhouette of Crash Bandicoot's like the
that was
shadow.
cool.
Exactly.
He's walking in step with that. I mean, that was really fun.
Dude, the Batman Arkham Knight one was pretty good too.
Yes.
That one was good. People, it was so good. It just everybody was just quiet. It was like a pin drop. Everybody was so focused on it because it was. Batman just looked so phenomenal, and that was like the rise of like the PS4 was coming in and all this stuff. So that was really, really cool.
Yes, and to go to your point about have people who know what they're doing announcing, have people with some freaking charisma.
The lady you were talking about earlier,
right? Oh yeah, Aisha Tyler.
Aisha Tyler.
Yeah.
I mean, have anyone with charisma. I can't stand the same 6 or 7 figure C-level, D-bag talking about something with all the interest of dry paper.
I love that Sony used their fictional CEO one year.
I miss
that. Was nuts.
I miss that guy. I miss those characters.
Dude, I think to this day though, I think Reggie was still like the best stage person.
Reggie had a class. Yes.
Yeah, I think Reggie was the best one because like when he first came in, he said, "I'm all about kicking ass and play video games."
Yeah. Doug Bowser is in trouble because he's got a hell of a
right.
I don't know. Reggie was just fun too.
Yeah, that's what he came in and he was not afraid to look dumb. And he was
exactly.
And like people, I think he's the one that changed the game of how people came in because Ubisoft started following after that too. That's why they hired. It's like let's get somebody that has that style. Let's bring that person in. And then after that, they kind of still kept it going a little bit, but at least they were willing. That's why I like Ubisoft, right? Granted, if you're not a big fan of the games, at least at their show, you could tell they're having fun. Maybe Just Dance is not my thing, but at least it's fun.
Yeah. I appreciate that Ubisoft does. Their games may not have the best polish, but they stick with it. They keep working with it. The Division, they kept working with it. Ghost Recon, they kept working with it. Rainbow Six, they kept working with it. For Honor, they kept working with it. Right.
But EA got on my nerves when they decided to bring the celebrities in. I'm not hating on celebrities. It's just like this is not the time to have a sports person come and advertise he's on the cover to talk about how good the game is. He's getting paid.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna take your word for it. Sorry, Pele, but I'm not gonna take your word for it.
Like, you had a ball on out of here.
Right. And so, and even like Nintendo with their directs, like they're still having fun. I think that's better for them than what on the stage.
Yes.
And that's the thing. You got to show. It's the old adage: believe in your product. You have to show you believe in your product before someone else will. And showing, that's why Reggie worked because he had fun. He was a gamer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He was a gamer. He's in his 50s. That means he could easily be my older brother.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of thing. He had fun. And that's how you get it going.
But I do like the Mario and Rabbit presentation.
Yes.
When like Miyamoto came up there and they showed the game, it was a surprise. No one saw it coming.
Yep.
No one saw it coming. And everybody was liking it. Could have had an XCOM kind of feel to it. And they were like, this game is awesome. And you're making us like rabbits?
Oh,
rabbits were annoying and the people were glad it was gone, but when they came back, you're like, this works. We could deal with this.
And
you dilute it with a little Mario, and Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with the presenters too. When Matt Stone and Trey Parker was doing the South Park coverage,
that was so funny.
That was so great because
Yeah.
they play games, they understand the community, and just having the creators of South Park talk about the South Park video game that they're very hands on with.
Right.
It just never felt like, oh, this is some corporate guy from Ubisoft. No, these guys are on the front line of the development right now.
Right.
Yeah, and they're going to be irreverent because they're the ones who make this irreverent series. Ooh, that's something we might hear from this year. Maybe belated
Pie in the
Pie in the Sky,
Right.
another South Park game.
It probably will happen, probably regardless.
I mean, Fractured But Whole did very well.
There actually a rumor that a new Simpson game might be coming out, like the Hit and Run series. That's what they said.
You know what? I want to see them get the licensing and work with Konami and get that arcade game re-released.
But before we wrap up, there's one more thing I want to say. I think the one I would love to see a conference of would have been Breath of the Wild. Just to be a live screen of Breath of the Wild, because seeing that one and people's reaction was awesome online. But I was like, I want to be there in the crowd. And then you bring Mario Odyssey after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people, I don't know what to do with myself. That kind of thing.
Because that was the same year that one did. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out that year. That was a slamming year for them. And Mario Kart 8, Splatoon 2, that would have been an awesome live event.
They knew they had to come correct. I mean, 2017, they was like, all right, everybody's doubting the Switch. All right, fine. Bam, 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 bam.
That was a hell of a year.
So, yes. I was like, one of my own favorite moments was way, way, way long ago. And that was the Saturn versus the PlayStation. That infamous $2.99. That was like $2.99 and then just walk off. That was I could watch that over and over.
It's funny because the sequel to that would be the PlayStation talking about like you can lend the game to them.
How do you play used games on the PlayStation?
Yeah, that was basically like the continuation of that.
Microsoft overplayed their hand and
and it sucks because Phil Spencer wasn't there yet.
Yeah,
and
the kicker is for all the whinging people did about Microsoft and the always did online, the digital, everything like that. We're doing it now,
right?
Yeah, we're there now. They're like, all right, we'll back off. We'll see you in about 5 years.
Then we'll hit you with that Game Pass, and you're coming to us now.
Yep, and we'll combine that Game Pass with Xbox Live. Yep, Thank you. Hop on.
But with that, we do have to wrap up. This will be split into part 2. So if you listen to this is part 2. Part 1 will be kind of like more of an introduction and all the fun other stuff that we talk about. But I want to thank y'all for sticking with us. But what are your E3 predictions? All you have to do is email me at the ingameoffice@gmail.com or talk to us on Facebook and Twitter, where we'll probably post out some of the stuff that we said on the show on there, what we think is going to happen and everything like that. I'm going to try to do that because sometimes I say something, I'm like, crap, I forgot to do that. But remember, you can always listen to all our shows on our network. The In-Game Boss program, we are here to just try to give you a little bit of everything that you enjoy. And we try to have shows every week, either as a video game, movies, or, anime, whatever we have. We're trying our best to give you the great content that we have. But remember, you can find me personally as Jeremy Evans on Twitter as RetroHam07. And Jaron, where can they find you?
Grumpy Bear 84.
Okay, and Curtis?
SCICT85.
Awesome. And in our next episode, we will be talking about our highlights of E3. Like some of the games going. I'm excited. Actually, out of everything, I'm actually excited for Xbox more than anything because this is their chance of like, you guys better take advantage of this and you better come in hard.
You were the chosen one.
Right.
Play hard in the paint.
Right.
Play hard in the paint.
Right. But with that, we'll catch you on our next episode.
Deuces.
Bye.